Namaste, Jai Hind and welcome to the News 18 Mega Poll of Polls. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the semi-final before the final. So many stories and of course the political course of Bharat may be determined when the results come on the 3rd of December 2023. But this is the Mega Poll of Polls where the exit pollsters will be putting their necks on the line to say who's got their nose ahead across these 5 states, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Mizoram and of course Telangana, that is still on the verge of casting its ballot. Is it going to be a historic record turnout? And what does that mean for this brand new state of Telangana, which has seen only one party in power over the last 10 years? Is there going to be a big change? All those stories. But more importantly, it's the aggregation. What is a poll number? What's the big number you will see for each state on our screens? And this is the election news headquarters. My name is Anand Narsiman and with us this evening, through this News 18 Mega Poll of Polls, our managing editor Zakir Jacob and of course consulting editor Rahul Shivshankar. Zakir Jacob is on the magic wall, but this time a little bit of an addition.
So it's the view from above and the view from down here. So Rahul and I have the bottom-up view and he has the top-down view.
We're grounded. We've got our feet on the ground.
Unlike him who's got his feet up. Also a good opportunity to welcome Aman Sharma, our political editor, Pallavi Ghosh, our senior editor covering the Congress party. Big stakes for the Congress party. I'll get to Pallavi in just a moment. But this is how the leaderboard is looking. Our magic wall is looking. This is the position 2018 when the last time these 5 states went to polls. The Congress had won Madhya Pradesh, but the BJP managed to wrest it back from the Congress. The Congress had won Rajasthan, big stakes battle for Ashok Gehlot there in Rajasthan. The Congress had won huge 2/3 majority in Chhattisgarh in 2018. Can Bhupesh Baghel come back for another term? And Telangana, of course, again, 88 seats, almost 90 seats, 2/3 majority there as well for the BRS. Can they come back for a 3rd term? Rahul, opening comments.
Well, macro picture, let's look at what's on test. On test is the Congress party's position as the dominant national anti-BJP pole and its own standing in the India bloc as we go forward. I think that is really the baseline for the BJP. Once again, this is an hour of looking at whether the Prime Minister and the over-reliance on the Prime Minister is going to actually make that difference for them, or are they going to sorely miss projecting some important leaders in Rajasthan, in Madhya Pradesh, even in Chhattisgarh, and of course not having built that sort of second line because they've had to draft in, as you know, several of their big heavyweights to come out there and try to push them across that finish line. So those are the 3 things. And of course, which we'll get into, the 7 M's of this election.
He's been obsessed with the 7 M's for a while now, but with that, let's get back to the helicopter view with my colleague Anand Narsiman.
Well, I've got the top-down view. They're saying they're looking at it bottoms up, and then we also have the grassroots with Aman and Pallavi. We'll get to that. But the hard facts, the brass tacks is whether the voter will take the right stand. See, we're plugging in our shows also, ladies and gentlemen. But this is a signpost. Let's try and signpost some of the important factors. The alphabet of politics, the M Boleto with Rahul Shivshankar in just a bit. But this is what it is. It's the semi-final before the mega final. 5 states that will set the stage for 2024. 679 seats overall are up for grabs. It's a direct Congress versus BJP fight. Now this sets the tone for BJP and the Congress, especially the Congress. In 3 states, they're fighting neck to neck, head to head. And whoever gets their nose up will also have their tail up for 2024. The impact on 83 Lok Sabha seats, although many would say that what happens in the state necessarily need not translate or behave in the same way when it comes to the center, because PM Narendra Modi has a different credibility and a different voter on their own. The thought process, Modi tujhse bair nahi, state mein jo bhi hai uski khair nahi, has been manifest many a time. Rajasthan, will it buckle a trend, a pattern which has gone nearly 2.5 decades? 18 years of anti-incumbency in Madhya Pradesh. Shivraj Singh Chauhan the last time around got booted up. The difference is very marginal, about 1 or 1.5% vote shares jumping here and there. Now, what do the pollsters say or do? We'll have to wait and watch. This is a state, Telangana, that's not seen anybody else but the BRS and KCR. Will they look beyond him now? Is the Congress's Wapsi there, or is the BJP going to move up from 1 seat, 7% vote share and hit double digits? We've got to wait and watch. But more importantly, the caste factor. will that come into play? And is there going to be the entire truism, or will it continue to remain the same way? जो नहीं जाती वो जाती है. Zaka Jacob, deep dive.
All right, one big factor, one big constituency, vote bank, and Rahul Shivshankar has been talking about the big 7 M's, the Mahila M. There's a Mahila in our studios as well. We'll ask Pallavi Ghosh what she saw on the campaign trail and whether the Mahilas actually make a huge difference, particularly in Madhya Pradesh. What we have from the voter turnout figures, and this is fascinating for me, is that there were 18 lakh extra women voters. That is almost 2% of the entire electorate. That is not a small number. 2% additional voters, women, have turned up. Look at this, 2.41 crore was what the number of women who turned up in 2018, and now it's 2.72. That's 2% of the entire total electoral voter turnout in the state of Madhya Pradesh. What sort of bearing will this have, Pallavi Ghosh? Because both parties are claiming the women are turning up for us.
I would find it very, very interesting, Zaka, because when I travelled there, I found that anti-incumbency was not so strong among the women. I mean, you know, I went to Budhni, which of course is his constituency, and no surprises there. Obviously, they're going to be completely floored by Shivraj Singh Chauhan. But in the other areas, what I found was very interesting was that obviously there was a whisper campaign which said that Mamaji may not become the CM in case the BJP comes back to power. So there were women who were telling me that, you know, Ladli Behna Yojana, itna acha yojana hai. If Mamaji nahi rahenge, to kya hoga? I think that was a feedback which went back to the party, and suddenly you had the Prime Minister, the Home Minister and party leaders talking about the Ladli Behna Yojana to make the point that this Yojana does not belong to Mamaji, it belongs to the entire party. But I think towards the end what I started noticing was that the Mamaji factor. The fact is that, you know, I did find a lot of women who felt reassured by the fact that if he becomes a Chief Minister again, we don't want a Ladli Behna Yojana minus him, we want the Ladli Behna Yojana plus him. I think, I don't know whether he's still going to be the CM just in case the BJP comes back to power. And interestingly, the Congress also started sending a large amount of women. I mean, I was staying at this hotel and close by, I found every Congress women leader suddenly flown down, from a Supriya Shine to Ragini Nayak, Alka Lamba, because they wanted to counter this Ladli Behna Yojana. Somehow they never got this feeling that what they are announcing for women, money into their accounts, the Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, would be able to counter or match up to the traction, say, Ladli Behna Yojana. And I remember someone from the BJP told me in that office कि, you know, we're going to watch the first 2 to 3 hours. अगर ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा महिलाएं बाहर निकल के वोट डालती हैं, तब तो हम safe हैं. महिलाओं ने हमें बचा लिया. So I think in Madhya Pradesh.
But the Congress has also been making a pitch for women. The guarantees, Priyanka Gandhi sort of becoming the centerpiece of the campaigning there. So the Congress is also claiming that those women are going to vote for us, like they did in Karnataka.
Absolutely. See, Zaka, I think women voters in Madhya Pradesh have traditionally backed the BJP because Shivraj Singh Chauhan launched his very popular Ladli Lakshmi Yojana almost a decade back. So women traditionally have been with the BJP. What I think happened in the Madhya Pradesh election was that after the Karnataka experiment worked for the Congress, where they offered money to women, Mr. Kamal Nath in February announced that if he comes to power, he'll give 1,500 rupees to each woman.
Yeah.
Now this happened, and this Shivraj Singh Chauhan was very quick to come up with the counter, the CM Ladli Behna Yojana. He started it with rupees 10,000. By the time of the elections, he had taken it to rupees 1,250 per month, and he has promised in the election campaign that he will ultimately take it to rupees 3,000 rupees per month. Now that's a huge promise. To give a woman 36,000 rupees a year, you know, it's a, I don't know how he'll handle fiscal deficit if he comes to power and actually gives it. But I think that was a big, so when we traveled in the ground, so women said कि 1250 तो मिल रहे हैं, पर ये 3,000 भी मिलेंगे आगे जाके. So there was this, you know, kind of allurement that this money is going to increase.
But tell me, sorry to interrupt you, tell me before we bring in Rahul Shivshankar and go across to our reporters, across which state did you find the Congress party fighting as a unit?
As one?
As one unit. Saying the national leaders, local leaders, everybody was there.
See, my problem with Madhya
Was it in
Pradesh
Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh,
Digvijay
or was it
Singh-
in Telangana?
Digvijay Singh and Kamal Nath, the effort was showing that we were one. But I tell you that quick example, the day of that Kanya Pujan, Navami ke din, Digvijay Singh goes and gives a statement saying कि ये तो सिर्फ, you know, drama है, ये सब ढकोसला है, ये दिखावा है. Knowing very well this is something which is going to hurt the Congress party. And Shivraj Singh Chauhan incidentally gave an interview that particular day, and I remember he didn't want to talk about anything political, but when I was interviewing, suddenly he himself raked this topic up because it suits the BJP, because वहाँ पे ये धर्म, religion, आस्था, कन्या पूजन, that matters a lot. आपने उसी का मजाक उड़ाया. So I think there was a sense within the Congress party that was Digvijay Singh actually breaking a rule.
But the silent factor is I think is going to be the women vote. And let's be honest, the Congress actually hasn't walked the talk. Now you mentioned that, they've come out there and they've said that, look, we're going to give guarantees, this, that, the other. But the biggest symbolic expression of that would have to mean give more seats to women.
Right. So
where the Congress has failed completely, it hasn't given more seats.
On that note, quickly, I'm just going to up the Mahila quotient here on the News 18 mega poll of polls also. Swastika, Arunima and Payal join us. Ladies, you've traversed the length and breadth. You've been into Chhattisgarh. Arunima, what's happening there? Is Bhupesh Baghel fighting on his own? Is there support for him? Is he going to hold on? What do you think the pollsters are going to say?
So the big challenger for Bhupesh Baghel, of course, is T.S. Deo, the Maharaja. In Sarguja, which is in northern part of Chhattisgarh, it is T.S. Deo's bastion. So it all depends on how well Congress party does in that area. He would want to throw his hat in the ring if the Congress manages to cross the halfway mark. But to give credit to Bhupesh Baghel, even though he has not been projected in so many words, so to say, as the next Chief Minister of Chhattisgarh if Congress is voted to power, and this is what Raman Singh underlined in his interview to me. He said, why is it that suddenly Baghel ki sarkar say the posters have started talking about collective leadership? Is it because they are not sure about Baghel? Is it because the Mahadev app and the other corruption charges are sticking to him? That is what Raman Singh's narrative was. But if you travel from Bastar is a microcosm in itself. Those 20 seats of Bastar are in a way the bellwether seats, because even though they are rural, they are as backward as you can think of in this country. The youth there is aspirational. And they are suddenly talking about growth, they're talking about employment, and they're talking about the price of rice. That's a key factor as well. Both the Congress and the BJP have promised the paddy procurement price at a higher level, 3,100 by the BJP. Baghel himself is confident that his promises, whatever direct benefit transfers he has made available to the tribals, and the general corruption allegation against the Raman Singh government also, that will ensure that he sails through.
True. Arunima, Payal and Swastika both are there right now in Telangana itself. But Payal, you've done Brahman. And these 5 states together account for more than 25% of Bharat, 25 to 30%. Somebody was telling me this number. So tell me, what's your take? Is there going to be a twist in the tail? Is this literally a semi-final before the final? And what is the story within the story?
I am not going to predict. I'm not going to predict anything as far as this Telangana elections are concerned. Anand, you were just speaking about the women vote. I am right now with one of the tallest BJP leaders, in the BRS. Beg your pardon, the biggest leader in the BRS poll, K. Kavita, and it's boiled down to divine intervention right now. She's currently come to a Devi temple to pray for her chances for our party. She'll be out in a bit from now. She'll be speaking to us. But like I said, there's a lot at stake as far as her party is concerned, especially for her father, the 2-time Chief Minister, who's probably looking at making history, becoming the 3rd-time Chief Minister. Will it be possible, or will there be, like you say, will there be a shame that the Congress party will be able to do over there? It's very, very important to watch out for. But nobody's taking the BJP seriously. But I've been speaking to BJP leaders, over the last 48 hours, including 48 minutes ago, and they are very, very confident that they will come to double figures, over there over here in Telangana. If the BJP is able to get double figures, then the game becomes even more interesting, because the BJP will not ally with the BRS, the BJP will not ally with the Congress. So where will the BJP votes go and who will it benefit? That remains to be seen.
Well, Swastika, quick update at your end. Do you see the winds of change blowing across Telangana? You've cast your vote too.
Well, I'm not going to hazard a guess. Yes, I did. Here it is. I'm not going to hazard a guess, but I can tell you that this is going to be a neck and neck fight between the BRS and the Congress. I want to add a little bit about the Congress here. In fact, just a year ago, it so seemed that the BJP was the principal opposition to the BRS here, but things have changed post Karnataka, and a resurgent Congress under the leadership of Revanth Reddy with their 6 guarantees seem extremely confident. Women, of course, going to be a deciding factor. Muslim voters too. In Hyderabad, it's the bastion of the Owaisis. But if you go beyond Hyderabad, there is no Owaisi factor predominantly. Muslims en masse have voted for BRS. But the fear is that this time around the minority voters could be perhaps looking at the Congress, and that in my view could be a game changer for any party, besides the fact that the welfare schemes, whether it is the BRS and the Congress with its 6 guarantees, what seems to be resonating well on the ground is the fact that voters are very much aware of what they're going to get from which party, and I think as far as Telangana is concerned, it's definitely going to be an interesting fight.
Yeah, it clearly will be, and it doesn't look like a runaway mandate. Whoever will perhaps just get across the line, and it will be a clear case of the first past the post. Now, bringing it back, well done, ladies, and phenomenal coverage that you've kept the entire network, especially CNN News 18, right up ahead in our coverage of these 5 state elections. Bringing it back into the studio with a quick check on these numbers, and let's talk about this. What does this imply? A historical voter turnout. Now, in 2018, the voter turnout that was doing the rounds in Rajasthan, they voted the Congress in with a 74.7% voter turnout. This time it's gone up to 75.4. What does that mean? Sarkar badlegi, ya it is perhaps an incumbent mandate. Same way, if you look at Madhya Pradesh, 75.6, again they voted the Congress in. Sarkar badli, beech mein lot of things happened because of Jyotiraditya Scindia, but many say that he may just be that factor, that Gwalior Gonda area could be the factor where things may not work for the BJP. But this time, look at the voter turnout, 77.1%, as Zaka was explaining. A lot of it because of the Mahila voter coming out in huge numbers, nearly 2% added to that voter turnout by the Mahila itself. Yeah. And quickly, let's look at Chhattisgarh. Chhattisgarh again, 76.4, 74.9. So it's actually a drop, a 2% drop. Does that change things? Does that mean there is something happening there? And right now till 3 p.m. it is 51.89% in Telangana. Overall 2018 it was 73.7. So clearly the trends show that this will breach that number.
Looks
it,
like it.
It will come to about 75%. And if you look at Mizoram again, similar numbers like the last time around. So how would you people read high voter turnouts, anti-incumbency, pro-incumbency, or
there is no psephological correlation between high or low turnouts and the eventual verdict on the ground. It doesn't mean that if there's a higher turnout, the chances of new voters coming in to vote out the incumbent increase. No, there is no such data. And I think...
but the standard thumb rule for the longest time has always been higher the voter turnout, greater the anti-incumbency.
It's not proven cephalogically. It's just not established cephalogically. So you have a look at any number.
Bengal.
And
Bengal being one example. Voter turnout increased, Gujarat came back to
Gujarat?
Gujarat.
But what I'm trying to say is that there is no psephological... There are enough cases going the other way.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So it's a even Stevens kind of thing.
Like in Bengal and Gujarat, it was not anti-incumbency.
It was pro-incumbency. High voter turnout, and it was an anti-incumbent.
I think the one way of looking at it is the focus that political parties are actually putting on building their booth,
turning up
presence.
The votes.
So
turning up the
you and there is so much emphasis now on that because the BJP really elevated it to an art form. It was actually the left first that did so in Bengal, but the BJP came on very strongly on that, and now every other party has realized this whole business of Mera Booth, that slogan that is sort of used.
Who did you see constantly on ground effective at the booth?
I think the Congress tried to do that because the Congress started this whole thing about booth mein, sipahi and all that stuff. And that's always been the weakness of the Congress party. And the fact is that they never could get the booth workers out. I mean, you have those big bank campaigns, rallies, but the real work is done by that booth worker. That the workers on the ground have to feel it.
For that's a very good point, because one of the reasons for that really is that the Congress always had a plebiscitary form of politics, as a result of which the grassroots worker always felt left out, because these para-drop leaders, etc., always felt left out, and therefore you didn't have that sort of participation when it mattered.
And the BJP in a way has mastered this art of booth management. So I think it is a BJP which is generally very happy when the voter turnout goes up, because they feel that they got their voter out. The BJP is, I think, if you even see Prime Minister's tweets on the day of polling, it is always encouraging more voting.
Yeah.
So BJP feels that more voters come out, it wants to bring out its own voter.
But Rajasthan and Madhya Pradesh mein to dono dafa when the voter percentage went up in 2018, they got votes out.
Who were the voters that were coming out? Or कौन वोटर निकाल रहा था? In the sense, the local candidates, when it comes to assembly elections, it's the regional satraps, right? So in the case of the regional satraps, who was it that was more effective? See, because Vasundhara Raje, Rani Sahiba, Rajasthan, was it a mega mood against Gehlot, Or were there those who were saying कि रानी को नहीं बनाया तो सबक सिखाएंगे? Last time around that was a case that happened. She could influence about anywhere between 30 to 60 seats, people would say. Did you see that this time around? Chhattisgarh, many would say what's happening or what people are seeing across the country doesn't mean that's what's translating on ground. So that's what I'm asking you.
See, I think Rajasthan, Anand, was a simple story that
Yeah.
there was clear anti-incumbency on the ground. Wherever you went, people were speaking about that. There were major issues against the Ashok Gehlot government, be it the paper leak issue, be it generally corruption, be it generally also this issue of, I found this undercurrent of Hindutva as well. You know, after the Kanhaiya Lal case, I saw the Kanhaiya Lal case was a few months ago, but that resonance of that case was, I found it across Rajasthan in many regions. Also, the other question you earlier asked, did they fight unitedly? In Rajasthan, there was no united front by the Congress. I think even people used to tell me कि ये जो photo op हो रहा है, we realize the facade behind it.
वो भी तो नहीं हुआ photo.
Photo op भी नहीं.
So do you think the Gujjar
See, the
vote is going to
problem
move
is
away?
that-
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
last time from the BJP,
पर
it
वो
went
photo
away.
op
I
तो
think the
BJP
swing
में भी नहीं हुआ.
area, swing area in Rajasthan is going to be
नहीं,
eastern
पर-
Rajasthan.
Right.
वो फोटो अब तो बीजेपी में भी नहीं हुआ. वो फोटो अब तो
But
बीजेपी में भी
Anand,
नहीं हुआ.
last time, the Gujjar vote actually went away from the BJP.
Yeah.
So this time, because Pilot is sort of, I don't know, where he is actually in the party, where he stands in the party, I mean, there'll be a lot of talk, you guys will know better.
There are two regions, Rahul. I
Yeah.
think both in Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan. Rajasthan, we have to look out for Eastern Rajasthan figures. Eastern Rajasthan, last time 54 seats. The BJP could
Yeah.
only win 14 seats. That was because the Gujars in Eastern Rajasthan thought Mr. Sachin Pilot is going to become the chief
In
minister.
fact, if you look at the Gujjar vote, I can show that on the magic wall. The Pilot factor.
Yeah.
There's about 20 odd seats, I think. 42 seats. In fact, the Congress won 27. The BJP was number 3. Others had 11. There were independents, BSP, and so on. And much of this is in this Mewat region, you know, Ajmer, Tonk, Dausa, that belt. Some of them in southern Rajasthan as well. But 27-4. That's almost like a 7-time number. Even the vote share, even though the vote share difference is only about 6 or 7%, but the number of seats, the BJP getting 4 and the Congress getting 27.
Zaka, you know, the other metric that you
gentlemen-
should pull out for Rajasthan is also the independents, because 20% really of the seats go to independents or others.
So last time it was almost 22%.
There you go.
27 of
That's
them
big.
won.
ये सब अपना अपना कैंडिडेट खड़ा कर देते हैं ना टिकट
these
नहीं
are
मिलता.
Last time the
BSP folks.
helped Gehlot
That's
Sarkar
right.
to
One-
form
I'm
government.
asking-
Arunima just wanted to jump in. She's outside. Yes, Arunima, quickly. Yeah.
So, the point that Anand, you were discussing about how much of a, cohesive unit did Congress fight like, and what about regional satraps? So, I was in Chhindwara on the day Madhya Pradesh was voting. Kamal Nath is the one who's wanting to challenge Shivraj Singh Chauhan, and there at least the Congress party, it seems, was fighting as if their life depended on it. The reason for it, in his own bastion, Kamal Nath is facing the heat from Banti Sahu. So in this time around, at least in Madhya Pradesh, in pockets that I saw, looks like Kamal Nath is trying very hard to ensure that Congress does act like a cohesive unit. Something I may not have seen in Rajasthan. I travelled there as well. Not even in Chhattisgarh.
What about the BJP? What about the
I was
BJP
about to ask
in
the
Madhya
same
Pradesh? Arunima, if you could tell us, what do you believe, has the BJP been able to sort of square its own sights in Madhya Pradesh, especially in the northern area, Gwalior,
Arunima and
etc.?
then Aman.
So, all right. So, in Madhya Pradesh, what I noticed was that, if you're talking about the Gwalior belt, before the Scindia switch happened, Mr. Tomar was considered like this undisputed leader of that region as far as the Bharatiya Janata Party is concerned. This time around, Mr. Tomar faced a scare himself. There were these videos doing the rounds where allegations were made against his son, against his family. So, there was a lot of chatter that I heard on the day of the voting about how the Gwalior belt is going to fare, and whether this, Scindia's coming to the Bharatiya Janata Party would prove to be an advantage or a disadvantage. We would know only on the third, but in the rest of the state also, it did look like that Shivraj Singh Chauhan is the only man who's putting out his 200%, even though it is not clear whether he will be the chief ministerial face if the BJP comes back to power.
But I think Scindia, both the Congress and the BJP are watching him very closely. BJP to see whether he can weave that magic. Congress because they want to take revenge.
No, but the
In fact, look at
elevation
this
for
whole
him as
bell.
civil aviation minister happened because he wove the magic when those 22
you know,
yeah, but
breakaways
that's why
this
the
bell,
Congress
the
wants him to
by-election.
fall clear.
The way it actually fell for the Congress, 31 out of 41 seats they won last time in this belt.
That was the Scindia factor,
This
you're
was the
saying.
Scindia factor. And then out of this, 19 of them walked to the other side. So
Yeah.
when they had by-elections, I believe a lot of them became ministers
they
also.
already won also, yeah.
So
Yeah.
the point is that this belt, and I think privately even the BJP leaders sort of were worried about this belt. But then this is only 40 seats. You got another almost 200 seats in the rest of the state.
Correct.
So can they compensate for the losses here in Gwalior Chambal in the
deep
other
dive
parts?
this. Let's deep dive
but in
Madhya
this
Pradesh.
case-
Last time not just
But in
lost
this
in
case-
the Gwalior Chambal region, they also lost seats in Jabalpur region.
Yeah.
They
Of
lost
course.
seats in the Indore region. But what was Eastern Rajasthan to the how Eastern Rajasthan brought Congress to power in Rajasthan? It was Gwalior Chambal which brought the Congress to power. then
Congress to
because
power.
Same thing. The people in Gwalior
Well,
Chambal
see,
thought
I have to take a
that
break, but the counter argument is that when the by-elections happened, Scindia redeemed himself. Out of
Yeah,
those
so he has
22,
to redeem himself
19 or
now,
20.
because there are many people in the party, I'm sure, thinking that it may be a flash in the pan.
Well, the other thing is that mantris, MPs and mantris, when they are sent back to contest assembly elections, what does that mean? Vidhan Sabha, what does that mean? The first numbers also after a break. Stay with us on the News 18 Mega Polo Polls.
Hello.
He said, why is it that suddenly Baghel ki sarkar se the posters have started talking about collective leadership? Is it because they are not sure about Baghel? Is it because the Mahadev app and the other corruption charges are sticking to him? That is what Raman Singh's narrative was. But if you travel from Bastar, Bastar is a microcosm in itself. Those 20 seats of Bastar are in a way the bellwether seats, because even though they are rural, they are as backward as you can think of in this country. The youth there is aspirational. And they are suddenly talking about growth, they're talking about employment, and they're talking about the price of rice. That's a key factor as well. Both the Congress and the BJP have promised the paddy procurement price at a higher level, 3,100 by the BJP. Baghel himself is confident that his promises, whatever direct benefit transfers he has made available to the tribals, and the general corruption allegation against the Raman Singh government also, that will ensure that he sails through.
True. Arunima, Payal and Swastika both are there right now in Telangana itself. But Payal, you've done Brahman. And these 5 states together account for more than 25% of Bharat, 25 to 30%. Somebody was telling me this number. So tell me, what's your take? Is there going to be a twist in the tail? Is this literally a semi-final before the final? And what is the story within the story?
I am not going to predict. I'm not going to predict anything as far as this Telangana election. Women vote. I am right now with one of the tallest BJP leaders, in the BRS. Beg your pardon, the biggest leader in the BRS poll, K. Kavita, and it's boiled down to divine intervention right now. She's currently come to a Devi temple to pray for her chances for our party. She'll be out in a bit from now. She'll be speaking to us. But like I said, there's a lot at stake as far as her party is concerned, especially for her father. The 2-time chief minister was probably looking at making history, becoming the 3rd-time chief minister. Will it be possible, or will there be, like you say, will there be a shame that the Congress party will be able to do over there? It's very, very important to watch out for. But nobody's taking the BJP seriously. But I've been speaking to BJP leaders, over the last 48 hours, including 48 minutes ago, and they are very, very confident that they will come to double figures, over there over here in Telangana. If the BJP is able to get double figures, then the game becomes even more interesting, because the BJP will not ally with the BRS, the BJP will not ally with the Congress. So where will the BJP votes go and who will it benefit? That remains to be seen.
Well, Swastika, quick update at your end. Do you see the winds of change blowing across Telangana? You've cast your vote too.
Well, I'm not going to hazard a guess. Yes, I did. Here it is. I'm not going to hazard a guess, but I can tell you that this is going to be a neck and neck fight between the BRS and the Congress. I want to add a little bit about the Congress here. In fact, just a year ago, it so seemed that the BJP was the principal opposition to the BRS here, but things have changed post Karnataka, and a resurgent Congress under the leadership of Revanth Reddy with their 6 guarantees seem extremely confident. Women, of course, going to be a deciding factor. Muslim voters too. In Hyderabad, it's the bastion of the Owaisis. But if you go beyond Hyderabad, there is no Owaisi factor predominantly. Muslims.
Well, the numbers are going to be out. It's the deadline. The Election Commission of India has released the norms, and it said by 5:30 is when that we can put first numbers. Mind you, ladies and gentlemen, 4 of the states have already cast their ballot. So the exit pollsters already have the numbers, and we should have the first set of numbers too. Don't go by numbers that are being claimed or put around. We will put those numbers, and we will follow the guidelines of the Election Commission. We're just counting down to that last minute to be able to put to you some of the numbers that we would have here on the News 18 Mega Poll of Polls. 5 states, who's taking these states? The incumbent, or is there going to be a shift? And what does that do for the 2024 Lok Sabha polls? How does that set the tone? How will it impact the political equations in our country? All these conversations will happen around the exit pollsters. And which of the exit pollsters are ready to stick their neck out and clearly call out a winner in each of these states? Or is everybody going to be a little ambiguous, because you never know because of the high voter turnout? That's the big story. Are you expecting clear mandates and clear exit pollsters to really put their neck out there as outliers, Zaka? Or do you think most of them will hedge their bets?
Honestly, given the previous times experience, other than Madhya Pradesh, I think all the other states will have a clear mandate. Even in Madhya Pradesh, the exit pollsters might predict a sort of a neck-and-neck fight, but I think the people have more or less given a singular direction in which the verdict is going.
Just from looking at the previous numbers, I just feel that Chhattisgarh and Telangana might be closer than what we expect. I think it could even be hung houses in both. Could be possible.
Aman, what did you? I mean, you traveled to Madhya Pradesh, you traveled to Rajasthan.
I think, Zaka, MP and Rajasthan is any pollster's nightmare. Last time the MP vote difference was 0.13%.
Yeah.
Rajasthan, it was less than 1%. I think 1.3 lakh votes separated BJP and Congress in Rajasthan. This time, I think in Rajasthan, I didn't find such a tight situation. I think it will be a decisive mandate because the issues I found were very, very clear on the ground. MP looks tight. MP looks tight because I think the voters, in a way, the women voters, there are promises on both sides. Also, this issue of anti-incumbency, of course, is there. You know, it's an 18-year-long government, and there is. Last time also it was there. This time BJP, I think, by its strategy, has not projected a CM face.
Last 30 seconds, some
BJP
numbers that are being put out by some of the channels are actually Satta Bazaar numbers. Obsession with putting the numbers out first.
That's really.
We are given to understand there's some Satta Bazaar numbers. These are the punters. This is the call.
Anand, what Shivraj told me in Jaipur. So I ran into Shivraj Singh Chauhan in Jaipur. He said, हम आश्वस्त हैं, मैं आश्वस्त हूं, हम इलेक्शन जीत रहे हैं। हमने सारे कमलनाथ के प्रोमिसेस को पंचर कर दिया और ये इलेक्शन अगर हम जीत रहे हैं, हम लाडली बहना योजना पे
this was before the ballot was cast or after?
After Jaipur.
The fundamental point is that Amit Shah actually camped for a long time in Madhya Pradesh, isn't it? He really has.
Well, we got the first numbers.
We've
got the first set of numbers. We got the first set of numbers on our screens. Let's chew on it a little, ladies and gentlemen. The first set of numbers are the Jan Ki Baat numbers that we are putting out here. And somewhere we are given to understand there seems to be clear mandates. We have some numbers that we already have here. Madhya Pradesh, 230 seats. Wow. The median is 113, neck and neck, like Rahul Shivshankar was calling it. Rajasthan, it's going to be. It's Congress.
No,
that's where. Let's try and look at it. I think it's a bit of a mistake there. I think the Rajasthan numbers clearly show a nose ahead for the BJP. Let's look at the MP Jan Ki Baat numbers. It's right here, the MP Jan Ki Baat numbers. Let's get a closer look. Come closer and let's have a look at the numbers, ladies and gentlemen. What are the numbers saying? The numbers are very clearly saying that it's going to be neck and neck with the Congress with its nose just ahead. 100 to 120, 123 for the BJP, that's the band, and 102 to 125 for the Congress. That's the band that Jan Ki Baat has actually put. So that's why the median comes to about 113 to 112. Neither of them has 116. That is to win. Neither of them. It's a hung house in Madhya Pradesh if we were to go with the average numbers. Now, let's quickly flip this and look at Rajasthan. What is Rajasthan number? The Rajasthan number is a clear runaway mandate for the BJP. Rani Sahiba or no Rani Sahiba, Gehlot Sahib, आपको thank you कर दिया voters ने as per Jan Ki Baat exit poll. That is what it is saying. It says very clearly 111.
The Congress won't be these projections.
These numbers at all. Let's quickly look at what is it saying in Chhattisgarh. In Chhattisgarh again, a change in the mandate. Bhupesh Baghel with 40, the BJP with 47. That is what the BJP taking Chhattisgarh very clearly. That's what the BJP is saying. So we'll try and flip. We'll try and see out of the 90 seats what is happening. 47 for the Congress. Oh, it's changed. 47 for the Congress and 40 for the BJP. So that's how it is. So Bhupesh Baghel retains, Congress retains Chhattisgarh, and Congress takes Telangana. As per the Jan Ki Baat numbers, out of those seats, 119 seats, 59 is the halfway mark, 56 with the Congress, the BJP has 10, AIMIM 5, BRS 48, and if that's the case, Nobody is first past the post. So will the BRS, AIMIM and the BJP come together to keep the Congress out? This exit poll is exiting is what Rahul Shivshankar is saying. This is
not calling their...
Keep it really hedging their bets, or are they not calling it? Because if the BRS has to be voted out, it would be voted out overwhelmingly.
Yes,
that's what many
don't
people
think
would
this
say.
Is going to measure up.
Yeah, so that 59 or 60 is what you need to get. 60 wins. Telangana polling just ended, so it could change also. And let's quickly look at Mizoram. What are the Mizoram numbers saying? The Mizoram numbers are very clearly coming out and saying, the Jan Ki Baat numbers, that the MNF has a very clear mandate, and let's try and look at those numbers. The MNF has got about 10 to 14 seats. 15 to 25 is for the ZPM. So that's where it is. Congress not in the fray. So clearly BJP will claim that जो भी इन दोनों में से regional parties में से जीतेगा, they will eventually come into the NEDA fold. So they will come, but there is a change in government. So there is a change in the current disposition in the current government. There's a change that happens, but it is clearly so. On all states we are seeing some uthal puthal. We are seeing, as far as the Jan Ki Baat numbers are concerned. How would you read it? Yes.
Write it down here. They are giving a slight edge to the Congress in Madhya Pradesh, 111 to 121. For the BJP, 106 to 116. And so basically the TV9 number is going to the Congress. Slight edge. 116 is the halfway mark. The BJP also 106 to 116. But like I said, nose ahead for the Congress in Madhya Pradesh. That's the TV9 number.
So Kamal Nath pushes past the post as far as those numbers are concerned. Possible?
Well, I think
at least a clear mandate there.
Well, I think until about 2 months back, the Congress was very, very confident about Madhya Pradesh. They thought a win was theirs. I think also a bit of complacency had come in because the Congress thought that 18 years of anti-incumbency, अब हमारी बारी आ गई, हमारे पास sympathy भी है, हमारी government. Kamal Nath's whole campaign was मुझे CM से मेरी government गलत तरीके से निकाल दी गई. So they had that sympathy going for them. That's what Congress felt. But I think the BJP made up a lot of ground in the last 2 months. It was through various factors. It was already due to Mr. Modi's campaign, Mr. Amit Shah, as Rahul was saying. Amit Shah camped there and ensured that these differences between the leaders were eliminated. They put up 7 MPs in the fight. So they are expecting that 7 MPs, अगर 7 सीट भी नहीं जीते, कम से कम 3-4 सीट extra हमें उस सीट. And these are the 7 seats that BJP has not won for a long time. So I think the Scindia factor, of course, last time Gwalior Chambal went Congress because they thought Scindia is becoming CM. This time Scindia is with the BJP. So BJP is thinking that factor has been negated. And in the words of Shivraj Singh Chauhan, what he told us, that मैंने सब Congress के promises को पंचर कर दिया.
Well, let me tell you, when it's this close, and if Madhya Pradesh 2 polls are calling it so close, then you have to give the advantage really to the incumbent.
Absolutely.
Now, I mean, it's debatable who the incumbent actually was. And I can tell you...
I got a third poll which is giving the advantage to the BJP. This is the RTV poll. They're giving 118 to 130 to the BJP, and they're giving 97 to 107 to the Congress. So you have 3 polls that are out. 2, I think, are giving the edge to the Congress. 1 is giving the edge to the BJP. So it's anybody's game right now.
If the BJP wins Madhya Pradesh, it's a big turnaround story for them in 3 months.
Congress did what it never does usually. They began early. They started working very early in Madhya Pradesh. And then you start losing the steam. And I think the last few days or weeks of elections are always very critical. They make or break your mind. And that's where the BJP stepped in.
But let me tell you, this is a very good point, because look, what were they really riding on? The 6 poll guarantees, right? That's what they were really riding on. They've been riding on that even in Rajasthan. And Karnataka, of course, paved the way for that. Now, if they don't work here...
So, I've got another number for another state. This is the Axis number, a number that's closely tracked for Chhattisgarh. Axis is giving 40 to 50 for Congress. It's giving 36 to 46 to BJP. So, Axis seems to suggest that, the edge again to the Congress in this.
A lot of resorts are going to be booked if these numbers hold across these states.
And somewhere one is a little worried about which way the voter is voting. These high turnout numbers, and especially the women voters coming out, somewhere it seems to have skewed the entire matrix for a lot of pollsters. Some of the pollsters, their sample size, I would want to ask every pollster, What's the breakup of your sample?
But why only women? I mean, there are many first-time voters, young youth. That's also a very important factor.
Yeah.
In Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, that's where the quota and all those things also start coming in, Anand. So that's a
No, I understand, but I'm just saying gender-wise, if you break
jobs
it,
has been a problem.
Yeah.
So if you look at the poll of poll number, it's changing, and I think you should tell
Yeah.
our viewers this. The poll of poll number will
there
also.
is a reason why, viewers, the poll of poll numbers are changing on your screen, because it's an aggregate or a median of all the pollsters that are coming in so far. So he's sending you the individual pollster numbers here. On your screens, what's happening is the overall aggregate, the poll of polls. So what you see on your screens is the poll of poll number. What we are showing now is the PMark number from Madhya Pradesh. And the PMark number from Madhya Pradesh gives the mandate clearly to the BJP. That is what they are doing. And that's why if you see the Madhya Pradesh aggregate for the BJP has gone up to 119. You see it here. And the Rajasthan aggregate remains the same at 111. So two states right now, as per the exit pollsters aggregate, poll of polls is with the BJP. One state goes to the Congress party, that is Telangana, and one state retained by the Congress party, and that is Chhattisgarh as of now. That's the status. So PMark is giving Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh at this point to the BJP. Let's also look at Access My India, battle for Chhattisgarh. Access My India, battle for Chhattisgarh. Again, the numbers are going in favor of the Congress party. Congress is going to retain, as far as Access My India is going to retain Chhattisgarh. Rahul Shivshankar.
Pradesh numbers are an aggregate of at least 4 polls now.
Yes. Yeah. An aggregate of at least four pollsters out of 230 seats is that the mandate is with the BJP in Madhya Pradesh, and healthy mandate. 116 par hai, you win at 116, 230 seats, 115 halfway mark, 116 to win, 119 is where they are. So they are 3 clear or 4 clear of the halfway number.
Look at Rajasthan.
Also. Rajasthan, they are running away. Rajasthan, they are actually running away because it's a clear mandate. They are at least 12 seats above what is required to win. 199 is required to meet.
BJP would be thrilled with these. If this actually happens or resulted, to win MP and to win Rajasthan is huge for the BJP. These two states had lost the last time.
No, and look at the ground they are gaining in Chhattisgarh.
Also, I think Chhattisgarh, if they are able to run the Congress close and look at the gap from last time.
Yes.
If they are able to bridge that gap,
victory.
It will be a moral victory.
And double digit in Telangana.
And Telangana, they would love the house to be hung.
Super confident about Chhattisgarh. They've been super confident about Chhattisgarh. I think they're banking also on the fact is that whatever they may say, T.S. Singh Deo versus Baghel wala friction tha. And T.S. Singh Deo said it on record.
Yeah,
Look,
but I'll tell you what,
it is a predominantly tribal state also. And let's not forget that there have been a huge number of problems with regards to employment generation, etc., and people not getting the benefits from what we've heard on the ground. So I don't know if that bears out, but
can we look at Chhattisgarh, Zaka, on the wall and see how different phases voted? You know, last time around, where the votes were polled, because a lot of they said corruption is not the big issue on ground. So it is the rate per quintal that is for rice that is the issue.
20 seats, the Naxal belt, which is the southern part of the state, that's what votes in the first phase, and the rest of the state, Raipur, all the urban parts, and of course the northern part of Chhattisgarh votes in the second phase. But last time around they swept the Naxal belt, which is Bastar and that southern belt of Chhattisgarh. Was out of the 20 seats, the Congress won 17 and the BJP had only 2. Again, they say generally when a state is voting in multiple phases, even one phase the wind is going in a particular direction, it tends to go more in that direction in the second phase.
We'll
have to wait and see.
Chhattisgarh, the Plains region, has the most number of swing seats.
Yeah.
So over 4 elections, 30% of those of the seats were won by less than 5% margin.
Correct.
So it's that area. If you just focus on it, maybe the central part of Chhattisgarh, the Plains region. So you look at the margins there.
This particular belt,
yes.
This is just off the outskirts of Raipur. If you're going further north, this has always been hotly contested. The BJP still managed to hold on, even though it was a rout last time around. The BJP still managed to hold on to about a dozen seats there. If you go back to 2013, and I'm going to just show you the difference in the map, the coloring of the map between 2018 and 2013. Look at this. The Congress, it was almost like a mirror image. The Congress getting a few dozen seats in the northern part and the BJP sort of completely running riot there. 41 out of the 70 seats they won. The Congress wholly had 27 out of 70. But looks like, at least from 2 polls now we have for Chhattisgarh, 46-41 is the poll of polls.
Now thing is, now on the bottom of our screen, ladies and gentlemen, we are looking at 2 states which are hung. where the party which is leading the first part may not actually form the government. That's the scenario that we are looking at, because Chhattisgarh में वहाँ कलह तो होगा 41 and 46, and that's exactly what we are looking at. And in Telangana, they need 4 more seats. The Congress needs 4 more seats, and who's going to give that to them if this stands? Now this is an aggregate, what we are seeing on our screens. I'm going to repeat again, at least 4 pollsters out with their numbers, and this is the poll of poll numbers that you're seeing on your screens. So this is the overall mega aggregate of the pollsters who have said किसने किसको क्या दिया वो बात नहीं, but overall if you see BJP clearly taking Rajasthan and Madhya Pradesh. Where is it stuck? It's stuck with Chhattisgarh and Telangana, where although the Congress has its nose ahead, it's not past the halfway mark, it's not winning that state yet. That's what it looks like.
Telangana,
how does that?
If those numbers are sort of holding, etc., others are 0. So you have AIMM, others are 0. So how does this work out? I mean, if someone has to form the government,
then BRS, BJP and AIMI
and AIMI.
And you know, there is the Hyderabad Municipal Corporation election.
Yeah.
There is a template there where all of these people were trying to get together. And
no, but if that were to happen, then what Rahul Gandhi said in the campaign, one is A team of the other, one is the B team of the other, that's going to come true. So I don't think, at least certainly, you know, publicly they'll get into some kind of a post-election. Exactly, and the BJP.
BJP backing the Congress is a different part, but OAC backing the Congress is also not going to happen.
So I think what will probably happen if these numbers hold is that the BJP and the BRS will come together. And that's how you're going to have.
All right, we got one more set of numbers quickly. Pollstrat, Madhya Pradesh, the numbers. Let's try and look at what Pollstrat is saying and how. Why is it that the Madhya Pradesh number? Oh, there's a little bit of a shift. BJP is now three seats down in the poll of polls, ladies and gentlemen, to 116. And let's try and understand what Pollstrat is saying. Pollstrat numbers again, in this case, don't clearly give the BJP the victory number. It is putting BJP at the higher number, exactly at the halfway mark, but it is putting the Congress party well past the post, 5 seats above the winning number of 116 at 121. And perhaps that's the reason why in Pollstrat, with the Pollstrat numbers coming into play, that the BJP's average overall has come down and it's now at 116, just at the number that you need to win the state. Is it going to be so close? Because those who are working with the BJP and within, they are very confident that the BJP is taking it. If they're taking it to nearly 130 seats. That's how confident they are. If they are losing it, then they will not be at 116, they'll be at 106, like last time around 104. In the case of Rajasthan, it remains the same. BJP is taking Rajasthan. These 2 states at the bottom, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be a problem. That vote share shift in Chhattisgarh, if there is more than a 2% difference, then that seat share will not be the same. It will be different. If the BJP has, caught up with the Congress and the Congress has lost some ground, that number, that scenario should change. But, yeah.
Chhattisgarh, again, similar trend. I'm just going to write down the numbers here before our graphic comes in. They're giving it to the Congress, 46 to 56 to the Congress in Chhattisgarh and 30 to 40 to the BJP. So I think we've had 3 polls in Chhattisgarh.
Yes.
2 have given it to the Congress and one is sort of a hung house. But it seems like the direction in which it's moving is that the Congress might retain.
Now with this Chhattisgarh, Congress is taking Chhattisgarh. Now the number for Congress is 46, so they need 46 is the winning number, 90 seats, 45 the halfway mark, 46 is the winning number. So you got 2 scenarios right now. That is one here with the BJP right on the winning number in Madhya Pradesh, and there you've got the Congress party right on the winning number in Chhattisgarh. So this is like too close, right on the winning number. What are you thinking, Aman and Pallavi?
I think MP will be close, Anand. Even on the result day, I think these numbers, I suspect that these numbers would be similar on the result day. Last time, interestingly, in Madhya Pradesh, the BJP polled higher number of votes, but got lesser number of seats. So it is that kind of a state where, predicting it is very, very difficult. But I think what has worked for the BJP in Madhya Pradesh towards the end has been this Shivraj's mega campaign. He did 165 rallies in the last 15 days, 10 rallies a day. They had Mr. Modi there. I think the promises. And I saw Amit Shah saying that from his rallies, Modi saying that अगर ये हमारी सरकार चली गई तो लाडली बहना योजना बंद हो जाएगी.
एक बात है,
the RSS, those workers on the ground, they started going out. I mean, Amit Shah did say this to a couple of journalists also, where he said कि ना जो बिखर गया था उन सबको मैंने साथ लाया.
सिनेरियो चेंज हो गया मध्य प्रदेश का. एग्रीगेट देखिए आप, बीजेपी नंबर 2, BJP number 2, Congress ahead, but 1 seat, and both of them are not there as far as forming the government. So this will keep changing, ladies and gentlemen. If you see across on the screen, and this is going to change. This is going to change. Now see how these numbers have changed here. This is critical. Rajasthan doesn't change. Congress here, Telangana, बहुत कलेश होने वाला है. It looks like it. There may be a revision here, because there is still about an hour and 15 minutes before all voting closes. 6 p.m., 6:30 p.m. is when the voting will come down, but all those who are standing outside at the booth will be allowed to poll their votes. So till about 7 p.m. the polling booths in Telangana will be open, and that will make a difference. Chhattisgarh, Congress just on the winning number. Now, if there are pollsters who give BJP the mandate going forward, other pollsters, that number could change, or if Congress continues to enjoy or hold sway, that could change. But this scenario in Madhya Pradesh, neck and neck, and no one first past the post, 5 others, oh, resort politics again. Monies will come out, horse trading will happen,
well, if these numbers
and who are these candidates? Are they BJP leaning, Congress leaning? Will make a difference.
If these numbers hold right now, Anand, then the Congress will have reasons to cheer. Look, Telangana, they're pulling off a stunning upset. In Chhattisgarh, they're retaining. It doesn't matter. The quality of the victory doesn't matter. The fact that you won matters. And of course, in Madhya Pradesh, well, if that number holds, they're in the driver's seat. But obviously, other factors could come into play.
This is today's Chanakya. I think this is the first time we're reporting today's Chanakya number for Rajasthan. They're giving it clearly to the BJP, 112 to the BJP and 85 to the Congress, 15 to others. So I think they are very clear that there's going to be a government change as we welcome Professor Sanjay Kumar and Nalin Mehta. So the poll of polls number is changing, particularly for Madhya Pradesh. I think one thing we can fairly say is in Rajasthan, the BJP will come back to power after 5 years. And in Chhattisgarh, at least 2 out of 3 polls seem to be giving the indication that the Congress and Bhupesh Baghel will retain. Nalin first and then Professor Kumar.
So I think if there's one state that the BJP has been fairly confident of in private and public conversations, it's been Rajasthan, and this has particularly been the case ever since some of the loyalists of Vasundhara Raje were given tickets and so on. So I think Rajasthan would be an expected result. Chhattisgarh, the BJP has pulled back some lost ground, because in the beginning it was looking like people traveling, they always said it was looking like a sweep for the Congress, but if it's a bit closer than that, but I think Rahul, I agree with you, a victory is a victory nonetheless, right? So the Congress would find cheer in that. Madhya Pradesh, I think, is too close to call, because and I do want to say that if it is 2-all, and Madhya Pradesh, it's too close to call. Even a close election is a kind of a moral victory for the BJP in Madhya Pradesh after 18 years of incumbency. But Telangana, if the Congress dethrones the BRS, then that is the expansion of the southern model of the Congress. It's from the Karnataka, it goes on to Telangana. It also gives it a powerful, rich state ahead of the Lok Sabha elections. So I think that is an important one.
And it also tells it perhaps that this, I don't want to use the word bravery, but welfareism.
Absolutely.
Some degree of welfareism works, it's connecting, and it also tells you that there is a problem actually, because there are recipients for welfareism.
But Professor Kumar, why is Madhya Pradesh, it's a big state, there are only 2 players, it's a bipolar contest. Why is it so difficult to predict? We've saw it in 2018, we're seeing it again in 2023.
Numbers have changed again in Madhya Pradesh, BJP is back ahead.
Why is it such a difficult state to predict, Professor Kumar?
No, the numbers will keep changing, because what we are trying to do at the moment is looking at different polls and trying to take the averages. So if a poll comes now, while we are speaking, and if that poll says 129 for Congress, the numbers will again change.
Correct.
But that doesn't mean that what is going to happen on 3rd of December is going to change. It's not about being 2 parties or 3 parties. Predicting, because Zaka is asking why predicting elections in Madhya Pradesh is so difficult, why it's a bipolar contest. I think if you look at the vote share estimate, it's a neck-to-neck fight. And normally, generally, in a traditional way, what do you do in an exit poll or in an opinion poll? You ask the people whom you are likely to vote for, whom you have voted. You get the vote estimate, and then you convert these votes into seats. If it is a neck-to-neck fight in terms of vote share, and we know that a party can win large number of seats by small margin, and it could be the other way around. That is why it becomes so difficult to predict the seat. And look at Zaka, what happened in the last assembly election in Madhya Pradesh. BJP had more votes.
Yeah.
Ended up
That
with less.
41.03.
That is why I think
This
it's
density
very
of votes in
important.
Can you
particular
tell us
seats
how
can also
many
make an impact, yeah.
seats in Madhya Pradesh are really swing seats?
Nobody can say.
Between,
anybody-
no, I'm saying in the last election.
For example,
How many were won
the
in
tight
tight
fights
contests?
that we
Yes.
had, this is
Yeah.
less than 3,000 votes. There are
Right.
30 seats, which
Yes.
is not a bad number. It's more than 10% of the overall, 30 out of 230.
Yeah, that's
out
a-
of this, the Congress won 15, the BJP won 14. So you
here
can
also-
say
One of the
why
things I
it's
want
that
to add Here,
close.
Zaka and Rahul, is
Less
that,
than 1% vote share difference.
One of the reasons why Madhya Pradesh is difficult to predict is that because it's got,
Yeah.
say, 6 different big regions, and many of them vote very differently.
Oh,
So,
I
for
see.
example, last time the Congress swept in 3 of them, but the BJP swept 2 of them, and in one it was neck and neck. So it's almost like 6 different state elections. So unlike
And what is
Rajasthan,
that?
Madhya Pradesh is much more
we are
uniform.
also seeing
Madhya Pradesh
these
is much more
cases
complex.
where it is too
extending the conversation of what Nalinji is saying, if you look at what happened in the last Madhya Pradesh election, if you look at the aggregate, vote share were almost the same.
Same.
Out of the 6 region, one party is leading in 3, the other party is leading in 3. And Zaka, the data which you presented, if you look at the 30 assembly constituencies which were marginal seats, in a sense, vote share, the
Less than
difference of
3,000
three-
votes. The margin was less
14
than
goes to
3,000.
one side and the 15 goes to other side.
Yeah.
Correct.
It indicates a very tight election, and my own sense is that 3rd of December we are going to have almost the repeat of 2019.
Right now the
2018.
scenario is 2-2. That's what it looks like. Mizoram has gone to the MNF, so that's the regional party there. Congress is not there in the fray. They will eventually go to NEDA. But let's look at the poll of polls at these numbers. As we look at these numbers, Madhya Pradesh, Mamaji is firmly there as of now. अभी तक तो pollsters अधिकांश यही कह रहे हैं कि मामा जी सरकार बना रहे हैं. He's passed the post and he's got that one extra seat. So that is important. That is important for him. The other thing that we are also seeing is that with respect to Rajasthan, the BJP is sweeping Rajasthan. So this is Madhya Pradesh poll of poll numbers. In Rajasthan, we look at it 111. So clearly past the post and also taking it there, and the pattern continues. There is no this one Rajasthan घुमा के बदल देता है, सरकार बदल देता है, and this time also they have done it when they do it overwhelming numbers. The twist in the story, as far as the Congress, big win for it if it holds on to this number below, ladies and gentlemen, and that is 46. Let's look at Chhattisgarh. In Chhattisgarh, 45 is the halfway mark and 90 seats. 46 you win, and that's where the Congress is right now. The BJP with Raman Singh at the helm, former Chief Minister, is at 41. It is still short. Even if the others back the BJP, it is 46 and 44, neck and neck. वहाँ कुछ तो होगा. That is what everybody understands, that this is not going to be a settled state because the mandate is not as clear, as overwhelming as it was the last time around when Bhupesh Baghel came to power. The story within the story is Telangana. Because right now, ladies and gentlemen, if this stands, if this poll of polls stands on result day on the 3rd of December, nobody is forming government. Because the parties who've got the mandate cannot back each other. That's the story. 56. So the Congress is 4 short. BRS is 48. It is 12 short. AIMIM is 5 and BJP is 10. So if BRS, AIMIM and the BJP come together, highly unlikely they will form a government which nobody will accept. AIMIM will never go with the Congress. As of now, that's their stated position. BJP and Congress coming together, we don't know. Well, if BRS and Congress decide to come together, that's a different story altogether.
Jump to sort of giving legitimacy to this poll of polls, I think we'll have to really look at the vote shares also. Because if, as Nalin is saying, let's say in a state like Madhya Pradesh, there are so many regional variations, you'd also have to see at the micro level of where the seats or how the pattern has emerged. Because you look at a state, for example, like Rajasthan, where a huge number of seats have actually changed over time, over 3 consecutive elections, with such small margins. The vote share would be very, very important. At least the regional vote share we must need to look at.
But in Telangana, you don't have empirical data. The last 2 times there has been only one party and that party has only increased its mandate. So how do you read Telangana? The story right now...
In Telangana, the vote share is critical because the gap between
But
between the
we don't
BRS
even know
and
the swing. We
TRS
don't even
is
know
huge. I mean,
who's
the BRS
swinging
and
where
the
and which
Congress
region
is
in
huge.
Telangana. That's the story, na? Telangana में कौन कहाँ घूमा कैसे आप you
So are we
compare.
saying-
Zaka,
are
you
we
look
saying-
at
Look at the vote share. Last
Yes.
time around, they had almost 50% vote share. And in a multi-corner contest, when you have Congress, MIM, BJP, a party getting close to 50% vote share, you get this. This is a 2/3 majority, 88 out of 119. whether they'll be able to replicate this, because if you go back to
But Zaka,
2014,
the Congress has never won 51 seats in Telangana.
yeah,
That
it's
means
not.
this is
It's-
going to
it's
be
not.
a
In
remarkable.
if you go to the 2014 election, the BRS was at 63.
Yeah.
It only had 34% vote
Yes.
share. The Congress had 25, and it had 21 seats. So this vote share got up by a good 12% last election. So will the BRS fall by that margin, or will they be able to contain the fall? And again, I keep coming back to it. In a multi-cornered contest, it's much harder to predict how the seat share will, like what Professor Kumar was saying. You
Yeah.
can get vote shares, but seat share would be very
But
difficult.
just going by the last election, if you can just bring that up, you look at the numbers, and I don't know if you have regional data, but if you really look at the regional variation, you'll see huge gaps between the two.
So
This would have to be
in
a
this
massive
kind of a mandate, Rahul,
anti-incumbency.
you know, honestly, the
Yeah.
TRS, it's the rural belt, which is
Yes.
north of Hyderabad,
That's
it's
right.
completely swept. Nizamabad, Adilabad, Asifabad.
But that's where the
and here in
BRS
the
is
south
supposed
as
to
well.
be strong,
If you
isn't
look
it?
at
Because
the
of the
Congress,
Raitu Bandhan's,
it's only in this eastern part.
Yeah.
And Revant Reddy, who is now the state president, he comes from Malkajgiri. He's contesting one seat here and he's contesting one seat here against the chief
Against,
minister.
yeah.
They have to win. If the Congress has to win this state, it has to win at least 2 out of these 3 regions, whether it is south and east or
that's what
north
I'm
and
saying.
Can I
east,
add
but
something
it has to be
this,
2
Rahul,
out of
that-
3 regions.
You're right, Rahul, that the Congress has never won this kind of a vote share in Telangana. Even in the Zaka has got the 2018 numbers. Even in 2019 in the Lok Sabha,
20%.
He's got the 2019
Yeah,
Lok
exactly.
Sabha numbers.
The Congress had about
He's got,
21 assembly
Zaka's got the
segments,
2019 Lok
and
Sabha
BRS
seat.
actually increased. So if the Congress delivers
It's
the kind of
similar.
result that the exit poll is showing, that means that the Congress emerged as the one party in the voters' mind who could dethrone the BRS, which meant a lot of people would move to BJP. In the last 2-3 years, there was a lot of resurgence of BJP,
So in
which
the
has collapsed.
in-
Now they've all moved.
No,
to this.
BJP's vote share has
In the,
never
in
been
the
more
Lok
than 20%
Sabha,
in
and I think this
Telangana.
is a big factor. In the Lok Sabha, they had 4 MPs, the BJP from Telangana. They had almost 20% vote share, which means 1 out of 5 voters was voting for the BJP. I don't think any pollster in this election is giving BJP 20% vote share.
I think it's a-
Yeah, a lot of that
it's a
will go.
two-horse race there. Let's
Yeah.
be honest. In Telangana, it's a two-horse race, but one horse was lagging.
Yeah.
Is that horse really overtaking? I mean, that's going to be a phenomenal. That means that the Raitu Bandhan scheme, the number of other welfare schemes have just imploded. And maybe this, I don't know, maybe this is because many people are saying that this is KCR's last election.
See, I'll tell you one thing. 2018,
Could that be a reason?
Just have a look at this. 2018, who slips? Who slips between 2018 and Vidhan Sabha and 2019 Lok Sabha? It's the BRS that slips about 6 to 7% vote shares between 2018 Vidhan Sabha to 2019 Lok Sabha. Who gains? The BJP gains, moves up from 7% to 19.64%. The Congress moves up by only 1%. Now in this story, if the Congress eats into the BRS's vote share, BRS slips below 40%, and the BJP holds on to even say about a significant 60 to 70% of its Lok Sabha 2019 vote share. The BJP, that's why we are seeing it come to about 10 seats, and the Congress rise to about 56 seats. I just want to quickly qualify to our viewers the flanks and the bottom edge. These are the poll numbers. What you see in the center, the box, ladies and gentlemen, are each individual exit pollsters and their numbers and our own analysis. So for ki number kya hai, if you have that question, just read the left, right flanks and the bottom corners or the edges of the screen. So the edge here to my right is, or to the left of the screen is this one, is the BJP Madhya Pradesh number where they are past the post and they have got the winning number 116. To my left, here on the screen, which will be to your right, ladies and gentlemen, Rajasthan, 111. So BJP taking that too, clear mandate. As far as bottom, Telangana, it's stuck right now because Congress is falling 4 seats short. Massive gain for them, but they are falling 4 seats short. BRS slipping down, 12 seats short of that 60 number, which is the winning number. Halfway number 59. 60 is the winning number. Chhattisgarh, if you look at Chhattisgarh, there, bottom edge. Chhattisgarh, Congress moving up and moving up now clearly past the post. 45 is the halfway number. They've got 48. They are clearly in pole position as far as the exit poll of polls. Poll of poll number gives Chhattisgarh to Bhupesh Baghel and the Congress party.
I'll tell
That's
you one
where it
thing,
stands
Anand,
right now.
if these numbers stand, I won't be surprised if Mr. Modi comes out or someone from the BJP comes out and says, "Ab asli panauti kaun?"
All right, let's go across to Jeetu Patwari. He's a former INC MLA, he's a former minister also in the previous Kamalnath government there in 2018. Jeetu ji, अभी जो पोल ऑफ पोल्स की नतीजे जो हैं उसमें बीजेपी को स्लाइट एज है 116 और कांग्रेस को 111. आपकी पहली प्रतिक्रिया चाहूंगा मैं.
ये कहाँ के बताया आपने, मध्य प्रदेश या राजस्थान?
नहीं, ये मध्य प्रदेश का ही है. 116 बीजेपी के लिए और 111
तो
कांग्रेस के लिए.
ऐसा है कि जो आपने मेहनत की है उसको मैं मतलब उसके रिस्पेक्ट करता हूं, पर ये ध्यान रहे कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने यहाँ वोट विधायक खरीदे बेचे थे. इन्होंने वोट खरीदने के लिए लाडली बहना योजना लाया. इन्होंने इतनी अराजकता की कि मध्य प्रदेश सबसे ज्यादा कर्जदार है देश में. एक एक परिवार यातनाओं के माया जाल में फंसा है. आपका पोल थोड़ा आपको करेक्ट करना पड़ेगा. 136 सीट से 155 सीट कांग्रेस की आएगी. ये फिर से नोटेड. ये मेरा वीडियो याद रखना.
आपने खुद बोला.
1 मिनट क्लियर कंप्लीट. मेरा आपसे अनुरोध है, ये मैं जो बोल रहा हूं ये वीडियो उस दिन 3 तारीख को आप फिर से निकालना और इसी चैनल पे चलाना. मैंने कहा 136 से 155 सीट तक कांग्रेस जा सकती है.
जी
प्लीज क्लियर.
वो हम प्ले करेंगे. आपका जो बाइट है वो हम
करता हूं, पर मैं आपसे अनुरोध करता हूं 136 से 155.
जी
क्लियर.
लेकिन ये बताइए, आपने खुद अभी बोला कि लाडली बहना उन्होंने जो योजना है उन्होंने इंस्टॉल किया, उन्होंने इंट्रोड्यूस किया. वो तो पॉपुलर तो था, खासकर महिलाओं के बीच में तो लाडली बहना काफी पॉपुलर
ऐसा है. 1 मिनट. ये महिलाओं को नहीं पता था कि 1,000 रुपए देंगे और 3,000 रुपए का बिजली का बिल वापस देंगे. ये महिलाओं को नहीं पता था जो किचन ऑयल 60 रुपए का था वो 160 कर दिया. ये महिलाओं को नहीं पता था कि जो गैस का सिलेंडर कोविड में आंसू खून के रो रहे थे लोग जब 1100 का था और अभी ये सब्ज बाग दिखा रहे हैं. ये अगर इतना ही अच्छा सब था और ऐसे ही रिजल्ट आ रहे जैसे आप बता रहे हैं, तो फिर नरेंद्र मोदी का चेहरा क्यों आगे किया गया और क्यों शिवराज का चेहरा पीछे किया गया? क्या कारण है कि मुख्यमंत्री का, भारतीय जनता पार्टी में मुख्यमंत्री का चेहरा नहीं बताया गया? लेकिन कांग्रेस की सुनामी थी भाई.
लेकिन ये बताइए जीतू जी,
भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने सारे जतन किए.
यही
कारण था कि इन्होंने 3-3, 4-4 केंद्रीय मंत्री उतारे.
शिवराज सिंह चौहान की जो चेहरा है उसको उन्होंने प्रोजेक्ट नहीं किया. उन्होंने ये नहीं कहा कि वो मुख्यमंत्री बनेंगे दोबारा अगर बीजेपी की जीत होती है. इससे आपको नहीं लगता कि उन्होंने एंटी इनकम्बेंसी को थोड़ा बहुत मतलब उसको काउंटर किया है उन्होंने, बीजेपी ने?
देखो, मैं CNN बहुत रिस्पेक्टेबल चैनल है
जी.
मैं ज्यादा इस भावना से कि बहस और आपके सवाल जवाब के उत्तर देने के बजाय अनुरोध करता हूं कि ये मेरा वीडियो आप संभाल के रखना.
ठीक है.
135-36 से 155 तक जाएगी कांग्रेस पार्टी. स्पष्ट 2/3 मेजोरिटी से आ रही है.
जीतू जी,
ये सब बातें घोतक थी. आप इसको उस नजरिए से देखते हैं, हम इस नजरिए से देखते हैं.
आपको दोबारा हम बुलाएंगे 3 तारीख को. अगर 135 से 155 के बीच में अगर ये नंबर आ गया जैसे आप कह रहे हैं, तो प्लीज दोबारा आइएगा और CNN चैनल पे आपका इंटरव्यू करेंगे हम. बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद हमारे साथ जुड़ने के लिए.
So the Congress is very confident there. I just quickly want to take our viewers through all the numbers so far. Pradeep Bhandari of Jan Ki Baat is there with us in the studio. So let me quickly walk across, ladies and gentlemen, and let's look at the numbers. So we've got C Voter Chhattisgarh coming through so far, and C Voter right now at this point. If you look at the edge of our screen, you would see Chhattisgarh is in the purse of the Congress party. It's coming back to it. The C Voter also coming out and saying yes, that could be the case, that the Congress party could very comfortably come back into government. They've given a band there, and that band for both the BJP and the Congress party, but the Congress party clearly having the numbers if you look at the upper number. Let's stay with Chhattisgarh only, and let's look at CNX. What is CNX saying? CNX is saying 46 to 56 seats for the Congress party, 30 to 40 seats for the BJP. So yet another pollster giving the mandate in Chhattisgarh to the Congress party. Let's try and move on quickly and look at the next set of numbers that we have. Let's look at the Jan Ki Baat numbers, and Jan Ki Baat numbers for the state of Chhattisgarh itself. And in Jan Ki Baat numbers, Pradeep Bhandari is sitting with us, so we'll stay with this. 43 to 53, that's the band, and 34 to 45. So clearly, Jan Ki Baat also saying in Chhattisgarh, Bhupesh Baghel and the Congress party prevail. And this entire talk about anti-incumbency seems to be junk. Let's stay there, pause here, pause here. Before we go to Rajasthan, we'll pause and let's ask, why have you given these numbers and why is your band so big, Prato? Let's have the conversation.
Anand, because in Chhattisgarh, if you see, traditionally the vote share difference between the two parties has always been roughly less than 1%. So there are significant seats where the margin of vote is less than 5,000, 3,000. Now, if you look at the entire election of Chhattisgarh, there are two belts where the BJP is doing good. That's why it's not the verdict of 2018 where it was completely wiped out, which is the belt of Bilaspur and Sarjuga. So in the phase 2, the BJP has covered up. But in phase 1 is where the Congress party is literally sweeping the phase 1 and the BJP is in single digit seats. So if you look at it, overall the Congress party is at an edge. But I do not look at it from the numbers, because if you look, even if you divide it on the basis of caste, you see STs, the majority ST seats are going to the Congress party, but the SC seats are not being swept completely by the Congress party. There the BJP makes an edge. If you look at the OBC vote difference, there also the BJP has a higher vote share than the Congress party. So it is basically not having a face in Chhattisgarh. There was definitely an anti-incumbency, but it was not a wave of anti-incumbency which could translate into a change of government. This is where you see the band of the BJP is more than 35. Earlier it was less than 20. So if I want to sum up overall Chhattisgarh election, it is BJP having increasing because of an anti-incumbency, but not enough because Bhupesh Baghel, particularly in the rural farmers, is able to get those votes. In the women vote again is divided. So BJP is doing good in its traditional pockets, but it is not able to take a lot of swing areas which it had erstwhile done when it used to form the government. The range is bigger because if you look at Chhattisgarh election, leave apart 2013, which was a wave election, generally the margin of victory and loss has always been less than 1.5%. This is where the range
So
is.
you said phase 1 Congress has swept it. What happened last time around? Quickly.
Again, this is the Naxal belt, this is the Bastar belt. There are 20 seats there. Congress won 17 last time around and the BJP won just 2. So you're saying this will be the similar picture this time around
The
as well?
BJP is Zaka increasing marginally, but it is not making a dent where 50% seats it's able to win or 40% seats it's able to win. So the Congress here still, if I look at it, it's more than 13 seats, 14 seats. So
But
it takes a decisive edge.
Sarva Adivasi Samaj that had got into this election, it has had no effect on the Congress, are you saying, or it has actually?
No, it has. But ultimately, if you look at it, the Bhupesh Baghel versus who was also a question. So generally in the election, it was the sentiment on the ground or the data which was reflecting, okay, yes, Bhupesh Baghel is coming, but not with the mandate in which he had come in 2018. So if you look and divide Chhattisgarh into regions, Bilaspur is a belt which BJP is doing significantly well. Last time it was completely wiped out from Bilaspur belt also. That's where it was reduced in less than 20 seats. And if you go to Sarjuga, which again is northern Chhattisgarh, there also BJP gets certain pockets.
So last time it was 51 seats. Sanjay ji, concur, disagree that this could happen on ground, that there is anti-incumbency but the BJP stands to gain but not enough to beat the Congress party in Chhattisgarh?
I think generally there is an agreement. I would agree that yes, BJP is gaining compared to 2018 assembly election. Congress will be down compared to 2018 assembly election. But at least I am not in a position to do the kind of disaggregate analysis many people are able to do, going by district based on a exit poll or an opinion poll data. I would prefer to wait for 3rd of December to come up with those detailed analysis. But yes, general agreement, BJP is on the up, Congress is down, but the gap still remains such that Congress should be able to win election in Chhattisgarh.
What are the factors at work? Let's get a sense of this. What are the factors at work in this election, Nalin?
In Chhattisgarh?
Yes.
So in Chhattisgarh, to me, I think as far as Baghel is concerned, he has delivered a welfare model for the Congress, and his personal popularity is not anti-incumbency against him personally. It's against the regime overall, which is also true for Shivraj Singh Chauhan in Madhya Pradesh.
Sorry, quick flash update. Ladies and gentlemen, are you watching the screens, the edges, the bottom? Because more pollsters are coming in, more numbers are coming in. I said there could be a change, there will be a revision in Telangana, and that revision is reflecting on the screen. The mega poll of polls, right now the poll of poll numbers on your screen, ladies and gentlemen. The Congress is slipping, the BRS is gaining, it's gotten into the 50s, it's 52, just 8 short of that magic number of 60 to win as far as the exit poll numbers are concerned. AIMIM becoming 1 more seat, BJP slipping 3 seats, lot is changing even in the exit poll scenarios, overall aggregate of the pollsters.
Anand,
Telangana numbers will change.
Make on Telangana. The more the BJP goes up, problems for the Congress. more it comes down, you see the BRS.
No, it's
benefiting.
actually, yeah, no, but
So-
correct.
So
you're
that's
right.
what
So-
we need to keep looking at.
Correct. So now they are neck and neck. Congress and the BRS are neck and neck. BJP goes down, then the BRS continues to increase, and Congress also is a
That's why I
steady
was not
board.
very
But
convinced
if
about
BJP
the
goes up,
Telangana
Congress
number.
goes down.
Pradeep,
The
you did,
BJP
you did
keeps going
a
up.
post poll there in Telangana.
Yes.
Was it an easy or difficult state to predict? Because there are multiple players.
So if you look at our numbers in Telangana, the Jan Ki Baat poll, overall there is a sentiment of change in Telangana, but the BRS is able to hold a lot of cadre vote in North Telangana. So if you look at it, if you divide again Telangana, the districts of Warangal and neighboring districts, that is where the Congress party is literally sweeping it. Congress is getting the majority youth vote in Telangana, and the BRS is able to hold the vote of voters beyond 55 to 60 years of age. So I'll give you an example. Even constituencies of, say, Sirsila, which is a KTR constituency, which was one with more than 1 lakh of margin, you see a decrease in margin even in that seat when we polled, which is there. So overall,
But 1 lakh margin is
it
a
will
huge
come down to
margin.
40. No, it is not losing for sure.
1 lakh is a huge margin to bridge in
Yes,
terms of
but
land
it is
bank.
contesting from 2 seats now, Gajwel, which is
Yes,
in
even in
Sirsila,
Gajwel,
and from
Zaka,
Kamareddy.
the margin of loss and victory is less than 5,000. And let me get just another 10 seconds. If you go 1 kilometer away from Sirsila, that is the constituency which is Vimlugara. In that constituency, in a tripolar contest, again the Congress party leads. So there is overall a sentiment of change. The BRS is able to hold areas where its cadre is very strong.
Right.
So I will not be
But
surprised.
Pradeep, if you're giving the BJP between 7 and 13,
Yeah.
I don't think the Congress is going to get the number that you're sort of
So, Rahul,
predicting.
again, I have a-
How does this work?
Yeah. So again, a basic difference. If you look
I mean,
at
if
it,
there is anti-incumbency,
Yeah.
it would go to the Congress. Why
Well,
would it
his
go to the
argument
BJP?
is that the Congress
I'll
vote
come
will
to
come
it.
at the cost of the BJP. BJP's vote will come at the cost of Congress.
No, his argument is not that. If you look at
No,
the
I'm
numbers,
saying your argument
the
too.
BRS
Your
is
argument.
between-
I'm saying your argument.
Yeah,
Your-
because if there is anti-incumbency, a voter will vote for a party that will actually affect change. Not
But I think
third
one of the
parties
points
like
that
the
Pradeep
BJP,
made, I think,
which
is a
doesn't
valid
really
one.
have a
Just
point.
one second. This is
Yeah.
Hyderabad. This is about 20 seats, 19,
Yes.
20 seats.
Yeah.
But you look at north of Hyderabad and south of Hyderabad.
Yes.
You know, these are constituencies where in the Lok Sabha, the BJP got 4 MPs from north of Hyderabad. You know, Nizamabad, Adilabad, Asifabad, that place where polarization can work. Whereas in assembly, because the BJP is not that big a player, those votes go to the BRS. Again, in south, the problem for the Congress is they are only valid or they're only strong in the eastern part of the state, Warangal, Nalgonda, that belt. They need to start making inroads in other rural parts. Let's say the north, as Pradeep was saying, the
but
north
then-
is
but-
KCR's stronghold.
That's what I'm
but
saying,
what about
Zaka.
the south?
But you're absolutely right, because if the voters are looking for change, why would they want to waste their vote? I'm not
True.
being in any way prejudicial to the BJP. I'm sure it's run a strong campaign, but chances are that the voters would go to the
move en
Congress.
masse to the Congress because the Congress has been in power there in the past, and that's the alternative to the BRS. Yeah.
It's a very valid question.
Sorry,
and
I'm
let
not-
me- No, no,
I'm-
you are
I'm just
absolutely
being a little
right. Let me answer
pedantic.
it. There is an anti-BRS sentiment in the state. So there are BJP is fighting on very selected seats. So ultimately, the anti-BRS vote chooses the best alternative.
Yeah.
So if you look at certain seats like, say, Nirmal, the Congress does not exist. So you look at the election as absolutely applying your logic. That is what is happening on the ground. That there is a pro-BRS vote and there is an anti-BRS vote. Now, there are selected seats, Anand, which are between the range of, say, 15, 16, where the BJP is in serious contention.
So
there the Congress is not in serious contention. So if you subtract 119 from 15, that is where the Congress is literally contesting. So the BJP is fighting on those only 15 seats where it is converting 40% of it. So it's not cutting into the Congress vote. There the alternative for the anti-BRS is BJP, which is this very, very selected.
So you're
seats.
saying particular seats where there is no Congress, the alternative to BRS is BJP.
Yeah.
Wherever the Congress is available, the Congress will pull the anti-BRS vote.
Absolutely.
But
This
right
goes
now,
back to the
currently
point.
on your
If you
screens,
go
ladies
by
and
that-
gentlemen,
if you
at the
go
end
by
of the
that
screen,
analysis,
just quickly saying that 52 plus 7, if the BJP backs the BRS, they are at the halfway number there, 59 in Telangana. Right now, Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan going to the BJP. Chhattisgarh clearly back with Bhupesh Baghel, inching towards the 50 number. George Kurian, Khalikur Rahman and Sardar RP Singh with us. Namaste, Jai Hind, gentlemen. Khalikur Rahman, how would you look at the exit polls so far? On our screens, we are putting the poll of poll numbers where it looks like 2 for BJP, 1 for Congress, and 1 so far is hung, Telangana, but the BRS may just go through irrespective of, because it can choose between the BJP and the AIMIM there. Yes. Khalikur Rahman.
See, actually, very good evening to all my co-panelists and good evening to you and to all the viewers. In fact, we have just closed our polling here in Telangana, and booth-wise, I can tell you that whatever prediction and the exit poll you are showing, I think on the December 3rd, you will find it, totally different, because we are expecting something, somewhere around 90 now, because I am having the definite figures and the trends from almost all the polling booths and from all the constituencies. So depending upon my insights and the intel, what I can tell you that you will have a major shock on December 3rd. As for that, even the Greater Hyderabad is concerned, Greater Hyderabad, we are going to win more seats than the last election, that is 2018. We will get minimum about 15 to 16 seats from the Greater Hyderabad. And the Northern Telangana is concerned. Northern Telangana, we are going to, have a clean sweep, because this election actually is fought not just on any other agenda, but on the agenda of the development, what we have provided in this last 9.5 years to the people of Telangana when we took over.
Sir, with due respect. Sir, with due respect, if you are saying right now polling has finished and you believe you will breach 90, then all the pollsters have got it wrong as far as Telangana is concerned. George Kurian, Congress with its nose ahead in Telangana, but not yet in position to form government. Chhattisgarh is coming back to the Congress, but MP फंस रहा है और राजस्थान तो निकल गया. As per the poll numbers, sir.
Well, a very good evening to everyone, to your viewers as well. I have some reservations here. I strongly believe that, Madhya Pradesh is one state where the Congress can look forward to. I believe it would surpass the halfway mark on its own. Coming back to Rajasthan, there was a kind of fractionalism with Sachin Pilot and Ashok Gehlot. So that has not played really well, and the selection of candidates from the Congress AICC also delayed. So that didn't look good for the party as well. Coming back to Chhattisgarh, Mr. Baghel has done relatively good work, pro-people work, and so there is a possibility that he could come back to power in Chhattisgarh, but it would be very a close fight between the Congress and the Bharatiya Janata Party. Coming back to Telangana, I strongly believe that there is no doubt that Congress has the ground support, and it has come up as far as the support is concerned. But it would be a very close fight, but it would be very difficult to kind of say with confidence that the Congress is coming to power in Telangana, because it is like it's like in Delhi, Congress defeating Aam Aadmi Party. It's the same goes like in Telangana, Congress.
So you are also saying that it looks highly unlikely, but right now you are the single largest party as far as the poll numbers are concerned in Telangana. Sardar RP Singh, BJP is getting stronger in Rajasthan. We'll come to the pollster numbers in Rajasthan soon after getting a comment from Sardar RP Singh. But Madhya Pradesh is right on that borderline. 116 is the winning number, and you've got 116. राइट नाउ 2 सीट्स. छत्तीसगढ़ आप फिर भी पीछे रह गए सर. बाघेल जी आगे निकल गए. 11 सीटों से आगे चल रहे हैं अभी.
Anand, I'm also keeping track from my party in Telangana, and as per my party reports goes, we are doing well in Telangana. I mean, your the 7 is not as per, it's not matching my feedback. कुछ भी करेंगे सरकार हमारे बिना नहीं बन सकेगी तेलंगाना में. बी वेरी श्योर अबाउट दिस.
नहीं पर अगर कांग्रेस सिंगल लार्जेस्ट पार्टी हुई तो आप सरकार बनाएंगे कांग्रेस के साथ?
मैंने ये कहा ही नहीं. मैंने कब कहा कि किसके साथ सरकार बनेगी? सरकार हमारे बिना नहीं बनेगी, ये तय है. हमारे बिना सरकार नहीं बनेगी, ये तय है. और मैं अभी आपको अगले 10 मिनट में आपको और एग्जैक्ट सीट पे आपको दे दूंगा फीडबैक.
तो एमपी हार रहे हैं, जीत रहे हैं. एमपी हार रहे हैं, जीत रहे हैं. छत्तीसगढ़ हार रहे हैं, जीत रहे हैं. बीजेपी के इंटरनल नंबर्स क्या हैं?
एमपी सुनिश्चित, मैं कभी अभी दे रहा हूँ. एमपी सुनिश्चित हम जीत रहे हैं और सरकार बना रहे हैं. राजस्थान में सरकार बना रहे हैं. छत्तीसगढ़ में अभी फीडबैक आपको और 10 मिनट दूंगा, परंतु आपका जो सर्वे है उससे मैचिंग नहीं है, क्योंकि हम लोग टक्कर में हैं. मैं तो ये मानता हूँ छत्तीसगढ़ में टक्कर में है, परंतु एमपी और राजस्थान एक तरफा इलेक्शन है. राजस्थान में तो आपके जो फिगर आएंगे बिल्कुल गलत प्रूव होंगे. कांग्रेस के मेरे हिसाब से 50 से ऊपर सीटें नहीं आ रही, और खास कर आई वाज इन भरतपुर, एंड भरतपुर वी लॉस्ट ऑल 19 लास्ट टाइम. वी आर विनिंग ह्यूजली इन भरतपुर दिस टाइम, द ईस्टर्न राजस्थान. तो दैट कैटेगोरिकली शोज कि हमारा राजस्थान में एकदम मामला
एमपी में 116 का नंबर है आपके हिसाब से एमपी में कितने आएंगे? मैं जल्दी पूछ रहा हूं आपसे। एग्जिट पोलस्टर्स कह रहे हैं अभी तक पोल ऑफ पोल्स में कि 116 आपका नंबर है बीजेपी का। सरकार बन रही है लेकिन जस्ट ऐसे पार होके।
अभी नंबर मत पूछो, सरकार हम बना रहे हैं सुनिश्चित। ये बी श्योर अबाउट दिस, वी आर फॉर्मिंग द गवर्नमेंट इन मध्य प्रदेश।
Okay, you're forming government. Rahul Shivshankar has a question.
Yeah, this is Rahul here. RP Singh ji, you said that look, come what may, we will form the government, or the government in Telangana cannot be formed without us. So, are you saying that you're open to tying up with the BRS?
It's too early to say anything. No, I'm not saying anything right now. Let's wait for the
because
outcome.
you said that without us,
we'll have more surprises.
Yeah, please.
RP Singh ji, this is Nalin Mehta here. A follow-up to Rahul's question. I know you want to be cagey about this, but if you are going to support a BRS government in case they're short of the halfway mark, that would probably mean that you would be on the same side as OVC's party as well. Because they also have been sort of giving tacit support.
Correct. Right now BRS can go along with OVC and they'll be at 58, one short of the halfway number, or 59. That's the winning number out of 119 seats. If they come with the BJP, then they are at 59 and they are just there. But the point is that Telangana में खेल बहुत कुछ होने वाला है. We've just got news coming through from Telangana. Gentlemen, please stay on with us. And this is the news, ladies and gentlemen. Ludicrous on part of the Election Commission to allow exit polls at 5:30. That's what KCR has come out and said. KCR is upset. He's saying, why have you allowed exit polls while people are still voting? Why are you allowing this? Listen. Yeah. Gentlemen, before we chat about this, let's listen to what KTR had to say.
Exit polls. So don't be swayed by exit polls. The real poll results will come out on December 3rd. And those people who are trying to confuse our Telangana voters are in for a huge surprise. Our road to 2018
Zaka, so this is what it is. So is this coming from a person who's worried कि last एक घंटे के हमारे वोट critical है सीटों के लिए? Or is it coming from a rational point that you should not have done?
I mean, pollsters are also here. I think it's a fair point that you can't have exit poll numbers when you have 1 hour of polling still left. I mean, a lot of these people could also be turning up in urban centers like Hyderabad, 20 seats.
Well, I think just for 30 seconds, the Election Commission, I think, is living in a time warp. Because quite frankly, you have a situation, and I find this quite bizarre. You have a situation where obviously there's a moratorium because there's a phase of election going on, but in another state, people are constantly on that particular day allowed to go ahead. As if there are some iron curtains between states. I mean, today with social media, etc. And we've just had an example in Karnataka where an allegation has been made against the Karnataka Congress for trying to influence the election in Telangana. So I really don't get this. And I think that this business of sort of arbitrarily one day getting up and saying, okay, now you can go ahead with exit polls at 5:30 in the evening after sticking to a 6:30 is a bit strange. And
gentlemen, let's quickly look at the numbers. Let's look at the numbers again. And now we look at what Rajasthan is saying. Let's move to Rajasthan. Rajasthan, you can see here, the edge of the screen is the poll of poll number of Rajasthan. Out of 119, 115 going to the BJP, 71 to the Congress. Sardar RP Singh says, Congress को 50 भी नहीं मिल रही. हम पहुंच रहे 150 के पास. We are reaching closer to 150. What are the pollsters saying? Let's quickly look at it. Let's look at ETG Rajasthan. I'm getting out of the screen so that I can come here and show you the numbers. आइए पास आइए. Let's come closer and let's look at what ETG Rajasthan is saying. ETG Rajasthan has put out the numbers. And ETG Rajasthan giving the mandate to the BJP. Yes, we've put Rani Sahiba's picture there. Whether she'll be the chief minister, we don't know yet. So the number of ETG at this point is that the BJP gets more than 120 seats. So that's where the numbers are for the ETG. So that's where
in Rajasthan it really implodes.
Yeah, let's stay with the Rajasthan numbers right now if we can, and then we'll talk Rajasthan.
But the Congress is not doing too bad.
Yeah, this is Telangana. Telangana again a hung horse. Let's stay with Rajasthan.
Rajasthan hold. That's not very different from the historical pattern. Because every time when you swing from one BJP to the Congress, these are kind of similar numbers you see every time.
Congress goes down to about 40.
And that's basically true because largely both parties have a core vote base in Rajasthan.
Okay, so ETG has said that
So
at
you're not
least
gonna see
125 seats for the BJP there. That's the higher number. Let's look at what the next pollster is saying. The next pollster comes out and says, let's put out the next number. Which number do we have next? P Mark Rajasthan. So P Mark Rajasthan also comes in. Ooh, this is giving the mandate to the Congress party. P Mark has given the mandate.
It's an outlier.
It's an outlier here. 125 seats is the higher number for the Congress party. P Mark is saying 100 seats is the first past the post and the winning number, but they are saying 125 to Congress. So this is the outlier that is perhaps upping the Congress's numbers overall aggregate.
I think Anand, one should also figure out who is this P Mark. Who is this outlier? Where is the poll conducted? When was the poll conducted? Because if you get an outlier, we should have an interest in that.
सर देखिए उसमें क्या है कि किसी का एक एग्जिट पोल मेरे पास आया, सर ये नंबर है, हमने सैंपल साइज देखा 83% men, 15% women in a state where women are the highest voters. I said, boss, I'm not trusting this number. So that is devil lies in the details. But these are numbers. जन की बात, प्रदीप भंडारी यहाँ बैठा है, उससे पूछेंगे.
Actually, without vote shares,
this
it becomes very difficult to sort of look at. I wonder what the vote shares for all these polls are.
Now, Pradeep, you are saying that the BJP can win up to 122 seats.
Absolutely,
that's the band.
Yes.
But 100 to 122, 22 seat. This is, I keep wanting to ask you, ये 22 seat का margin क्या है? What is the basis? This is like hedging my bet. चलो यहाँ भी आया तो भी मैं जीत गया, वहाँ भी आया तो मैं जीत गया.
So if you see the overall trend, Anand, the overall trend is that BJP is forming the government, but with a reduced majority than what it had done in 2013. So the trend is not changing. Now, why is the majority reduced? This is a very unique and a new election in Rajasthan. Rajasthan, historically, if you look at it, at least from 2003, it was Vasundhara Gehlot. This time, the Bharatiya Janata Party has gone with a combined leadership, not with Vasundhara's face. And even if you look at it on Gehlot's significant, there was no per se solid anti-incumbency against Gehlot per se, but against his candidates at a lot of areas. He's not able to get the majority of youth vote. Rahul spoke about the vote share. If you look at the vote share, there's a difference. Like as per our vote share, the BJP is around 43 to 45. The Congress is between 40 to 42. And Rajasthan, if you look at it, more than 10 is what is going to others. So a lot of BJP rebels are also finding as others. For example, Yunus Khan, who has always been a BJP guy, is now fighting as an independent who can win. Similarly, a lot of Congress people are also fighting there.
So, okay, yes. let's get Sardar RP Singh quickly on this. Zaka has got the 2013 numbers. 2013 Zaka,
the 2013 number. It was a runaway victory
so Rani Sahiba
for
factor
the BJP,
is the
165. Congress was down to less than 60, and there was a significant vote share difference also, 4 plus 4, 8% vote share difference between the two parties. And I think Pradeep may have a point there. You know, people want to see a face. Chehra kaun hai? And I think the BJP, both in Madhya Pradesh and in Rajasthan, because they did not declare a chehra, I think there's some downside.
Sardar RP Singh,
but one
Sarkar hum
in many elections, the BJP hasn't actually put out a face of, and they have won elections. So I mean, you go back to Uttar Pradesh, for example.
Uttar Pradesh, in the last UP election,
last UP elections. Haryana, several of these big states.
Again, I think
many elections.
Just allow me to see. All of those are the states in the era of 2014 to 19, where all these state governments were suffering significant anti-incumbency. Now, I am again saying that the BJP is not projected the face in Rajasthan. That is why it is not changing the rivas, but it is not a sweeping victory like it used to be.
But Modi has made this a prestige battle where
that
he's
is why
gone
it's
and
winning.
said,
It's Modi which is letting
me.
the BJP win.
Correct. But increasingly the voter somewhere is also getting and saying कि मोदी तुझसे बैर नहीं पर जो स्टेट में उसकी खैर नहीं.
Just another point, just to add to Zaka's point, you look at Tripura 2018, the Bharatiya Janata Party swept it, and look at Tripura 2023, the BJP won it, but with the reduced mandate.
Yeah, they didn't sweep it.
Yes. So if you look at places where it is happening,
ये फॉर्मूला ऑफ चेहरा सरकार हम बनाएंगे लेकिन चेहरा नहीं बताएंगे. इट इज पास्ट द एक्सपायरी डेट. दैट्स व्हाट द सेंटिमेंट सीम्स टू बी. चेहरा बताना पड़ेगा.
But
Sardar RP Singh,
we are not saying that. We're not saying that.
Anand, is Pradeep there with you?
Yes, he's here.
Bhandari there with you? Ask him what is. Okay, Pradeep, what's happening in East Rajasthan? My feedback says we are winning 15 out of 19. Last time we were 0. So I've just gone through my feedback which has come to me now. If we are winning 15 out of 19, then it's a sweep election.
So
in Eastern Rajasthan, Bharatpur.
Okay, yeah. So Sardar RP Singh is an old friend.
When I say Bharatpur, mean Swai Madhav or Bharatpur.
Sardar RP Singh is an old friend. I do not deny to the trend. Now he went to Bikaner, he went to Bharatpur. Out of 19, as per as the BJP is winning 11 to 12 and the Congress is winning 6. In Kota is where the BJP is sweeping. Out of 17, the BJP is winning 13 and the Congress is winning 4. He spoke about the, if you look at Bikaner region, again the BJP is winning 16. Jaipur is where the BJP is not sweeping per se, but again leading. So the difference between RP Singh's analysis and my analysis is, he's saying that it's a runaway victory for the BJP.
Okay, big alert, sorry, alert. On the poll of polls, Congress forming government in Telangana as per the exit poll of polls. 60 seats for the Congress in Telangana, BRS 48, Khalikur Rahmanji. Exit pollsters, as the numbers are fructifying, 6:30 p.m. by 7 p.m. final numbers should come for Telangana. It looks like the Congress seems to have the mandate in Telangana, comfortably so.
If you continue this debate for another one and a half hours, then I think the kind of figures you are getting, Congress will touch 100 according to you.
No, it is not our figures, sir. It is not our figures. News 18 is not conducting. An exit poll. It's a poll of poll, aggregate of all the exit pollsters, sir.
No, let me tell you one thing very honestly, because see, we are all very seasoned politicians who are all sitting here. We are all very seasoned political analysts, and you are a very seasoned anchor. So we have, even in the past also, we have seen the exit polls, and we can't really, go by the exit poll. Because there are various factors which are not considered.
I'm just going to, sir, give me 1 second. I've got the axis number for Rajasthan. This is very interesting, and the reason I'm writing it down is because this again seems to be a bit of an odd number from what we're seeing elsewhere.
Outlier.
So for the BJP, they're saying 80 to 100. Okay, this is axis for BJP, 80 to 100. For Congress, 86 to 106. Now, this is something worth talking about, Sanjay ji. I mean, this is supposedly the pollster whose reputation is the best in the market. He is saying, he seems to be the outlier now. He's saying Congress 86 to 106 in Rajasthan and BJP 80 to 100.
But if you look at the two numbers, he could be right, because BJP could end up with say 92, then also, and Congress can also end up with 94 seats.
No, but no one is saying so far that Congress is ahead in Rajasthan. No other poll is saying.
Except for PMark.
Yeah.
So now there is not only one outlier. We can say that there are two outliers. But I think look at the big picture. The big picture is, it is a close election. It's not going to be a sweeping victory either for the BJP or for the Congress, and that is the point we have been discussing, that it is not turning out to be an election.
Let's be very honest, with the manner in which the BJP goes into government formation, this is a loss for the Congress party. If you're going to have a margin of 80 to 100 and 86 to 106, and you do the math on it and you get out a median number, so that's 94 and 92, that is fundamentally a big problem for the Congress party in Rajasthan.
No, but that is also bucking the trend of Rajasthan. Rajasthan never traditionally votes like this. When it votes en masse, doesn't it?
That's true, but I'm just saying that this suggests that the BJP's got its nose in front. So there is definite anti-incumbency, and the Congress ain't coming back.
So I remember 2018 Rajasthan election when we predicted, and at that time everyone was saying sweeping Congress, and we said Congress will get less than 100 and got 99. 90. See, with the BJP, why do I say it will not be neck and neck but a victory for the BJP more than 100? Because Rajasthan definitely votes on caste. Now, Gujjars had voted en masse to the Congress last time.
Yes.
This time they are not getting that vote. Other OBCs, the Malis, Sainis and all were traditionally with the Congress. They are traditionally with the Congress.
So you're saying the more things change, they remain the same.
Yeah,
because
so
two elections have told you that there is no sweeping mandate, even though the government is changing.
The government is changing. The BJP is not falling as less than 100. If you look at, I'll give you another example. If that was the scenario, go to Jodhpur. In Jodhpur, in the district of Jodhpur, Ashok Gehlot, it's not Congress sweeping it with more than 6-7 seats. The BJP is fighting it out. And Kota region is where the BJP literally sweeps it. That is where there is no sentiment of Congress. This is where the BJP is edging ahead in this.
I've got some historical data looking at 3 elections or 4 elections. The BJP is very strong in 28 seats. That it's won 3 consecutive times, those 28 seats. The Congress, the BJP is strong with 77. That means it's won 2 out of 3 since 2008. And look at this number. The Congress is very strong in only 5
Yeah.
So it has only won 5 seats 3 times consecutively, and it is weak in 53 seats, which is it's never won 53 seats.
But that's the story for BJP and Congress even in Madhya Pradesh.
Madhya Pradesh.
If you look at the last 3 assembly elections in Madhya Pradesh, there are almost 67 seats BJP has won for the last 2 elections.
So that's what I'm saying,
and,
sir.
And for the same numbers for the Congress is 17 or 18 seats.
No,
Which
he's
tells
got something
you-
interesting. 2018.
Which tells you that there is no incumbency
you're
advantage
saying that
at all for the Congress party.
Is the vote share difference just 1% in Rajasthan also?
No, this is from 2018, so we don't know. We don't know the vote share. Vote share has
No,
not
I'm
been
just
given.
saying historically, is that vote share swing that happens with Rajasthan is also only 1%?
Generally, it's in the 1 to 2% range,
1 to
unless of course
2%.
it's a wave election like we saw in 2013, where BJP got 160 plus.
So
where
1
there is
to
a significant
2% vote share. Now, Sardar RP Singh, आप क्या कहेंगे? George Kurian, Congress in the mix again in Rajasthan. As far as 2 pollsters.
Well, as far as Rajasthan is concerned,
Now,
I believe.
Anand,
George Kurian and then RP Singh. Yeah, George Kurian.
Well, Anand, as far as Rajasthan is concerned, I strongly believe that the Congress party could have done it the right way, because there were many mistakes that the AICC has committed here, because candidature selection, be it the factionalism between Sachin Pilot and Ashok Gehlot. So all these factors have played not in favor of the Congress party. So, and strongly believe, so these are the reasons for the Congress party, because otherwise the policies or the governance was pro people, and there is no reason for Congress party not to come back. But because of the Congress party, putting up its candidates up till the last moment, and the factionalism between Ashok Gehlot and Sachin Pilot has also not played well for the Congress party.
Right. Sardar RP Singh, as far as Telangana is concerned, you are moving from 1 to 5, not a significant up. Congress is at 60, bottom of the screen, poll of poll numbers for Telangana. Congress in position to form government in Telangana. As far as these exit poll aggregates are concerned, poll of poll numbers are concerned, ladies and gentlemen, does this reflect on the day of the result? We'll have to wait and watch. Chhattisgarh Congress forming government as of now at 49 seats, nearly 50. So as far as the poll of poll numbers, Congress back in power. So they hold sway. In Rajasthan and in BJP and in Madhya Pradesh, the BJP has the numbers. BJP has its nose ahead in both the states. Rajasthan, they are comfortable. In Madhya Pradesh, just so. Sardar RP Singh, the PMARC numbers and the access numbers, would you agree, disagree with those numbers, which give the mandate to the Congress party in Rajasthan?
again, Anand, I don't have the data for the complete state which has come from my party. I was in Bharatpur belt and we lost 19, and as per my figure goes, which is coming to me, we are winning 15 out of those 19 this time, although there was a rebel in one of those seats, but rebel in two of those seats, but even then we are winning 15. So my input and my data says that we are doing a swing. But as far Madhya Pradesh goes, I need to do a little check on this. There were 72 seats where there was more than 80% vote percentage of women. 80% women voted. I mean, that's an indicator that which side Madhya Pradesh is swinging. Just have it checked. I was going through the data which is coming to me. 72 seats, 80% women voted. They came and voted, which shows that yes, the schemes which there has been announced by the Shivraj Singh Chauhan are doing their dent and making their
those
dent.
80% of women make 50% of the votes. So that we have to wait and say, yes, if the women have voted, and we don't even know if all women have come out and voted in large numbers only for Shivraj Singh Chauhan. That's what the BJP is hoping and praying for. But the Congress is also feeling that they've also made significant promises. Kamal Nath ji has come and they have also come. So we have to wait and watch. We are looking by what the pollsters have done. Important point would be to understand what's the sample breakup as far as gender is concerned, because gender comes into play more than caste or anything, ladies and gentlemen. And if the gender is skewed towards one particular gender, the results could be affected. Let's try and we'll call for the multi-poll of polls state-wise. We'll go one state at a time. The moment they are ready, we will go to them one state at a time. The moment they are ready, multi-state of state poll of polls. As of now, these are the numbers and this is how they stand. MP 116 out of 230. That's the poll of poll number in favor of the BJP. BJP forming government as of now in MP as per the poll of poll numbers on the day of the exit polls. Rajasthan, again BJP comfortably ahead. So 2 for Rajasthan out of the 4 states that we are talking about. Mizoram, again there will be a change in government, but it's the regional parties that will come into play. Telangana, Once again, it is a shift there in the bag of the Congress party. Chhattisgarh, Congress retains. So 2-2 out of these 4 key states. Is this possible on result day live? Nalin Mehta.
I think this is possible. Look, I think Telangana is still up for grabs because, look, there are 2 ways of looking at Telangana, right? One is that everybody is hedging their bets. ये आर या पार होगा या तो 50 सीट होंगी या 70 सीट होंगी, right? That's one way of looking at Telangana. That every pollster is kind of hedging their bet and so on. Telangana, I think, is too close to call at the moment. I also think Madhya Pradesh is too close to call. Remember, it's a state where last time BJP had a higher vote share than Congress, but lesser seats. Now, when you have that kind of close vote share, it's almost impossible to predict the seat share. It's a mathematical calculation which is well within the margin of error. So I think Madhya Pradesh is very open. Telangana is also open at the moment, but it could well, like Rahul has been saying.
Nalin, if you are saying that these are open elections, I mean, this is a massive, sorry to say this and disappoint people, a vote for Modi. He's on the ticket in 3 states.
Rahul,
in Chhattisgarh, in Rajasthan and in Madhya Pradesh. And if, look, let's just look at it. Last election, all these 3 states went willy-nilly to the Congress party. If they're not retaining them, then what is this hawa that we are talking about, this anti-incumbency that we are talking about, even at the national level?
I agree, Rahul. See, you're right. In 2018, the Congress won all these contests.
Yes.
One Rajasthan, one Madhya Pradesh, and except for Telangana.
Okay, 2 states. Chhattisgarh or Rajasthan? Poll of polls, multi-poll polls, which do you want to look at first?
Madhya Pradesh.
Vote is out.
MP.
Huh? No, I'm saying Chhattisgarh or Rajasthan. Rajasthan. Let's go with Rajasthan.
Okay.
So let's look at Rajasthan. Let's call Rajasthan, ladies and gentlemen. Let's try and look at Rajasthan, the multi-poll of polls. This is how the numbers are. Now, let me go to the other side so everybody has a look and I can look at everybody. So, Jan ki baat, BJP 100 to 122. Let's look at the upper numbers, okay, for all parties. So, 122, 125, 128 and 90. So, this is Access My India, which says 90. ETG is saying, so we've not kept, PMARC is here. Then, so we got the PMARC numbers ulta when we put it out. So PMARC has also given the mandate to the BJP.
So basically only Access is
the
outlier.
So only Access is the outlier.
That,
Access is the outlier which says 96 to the Congress party but still not past the post.
Correct.
72, 81, 85. Others 15, 15, 21, 13. These others come into play if this scenario happens. These others come into play if this scenario happens. Else it is all the way to the
BJP. Directionally, I think BJP, at least in Rajasthan,
yeah, the
I think
trend line seems to be that
I'm fairly confident that the outlier will not happen. I think the trend seems to be that the BJP will win. Whether it wins by 110 or 130, that's a
I mean, even if the outlier were to happen, Zaka, I mean, let's be honest. The BJP will fancy making a government there.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
It'll fancy its chances.
And even in the outlier, the others are 13. But Rajasthan has historically had 13, 14, 15.
No, this is a massive pro-Modi mandate.
I mean, BJP,
will you say it's a massive pro-Modi mandate or an
anti?
anti-Congress mandate in Rajasthan? Is it a massive pro-Modi mandate or an anti-Congress mandate? Picking up from Rahul Shivshankar, Rahul said that this is PM Modi is on the ticket. वहाँ पे कोई CM का चेहरा नहीं था. Modi was the person, star campaigner, PM was the captain. Now here in this case, is it an anti-Congress mandate in Rajasthan or a pro-Modi mandate? How would you look at it? Sanjay ji.
At the moment, we are only discussing the trends from the exit poll. I am not in a position to conclude whether it is a pro-Modi mandate or an anti-Gehlot or anti-Congress mandate, because at the moment it's not clear whether, yes, from this we get a sense that most likely BJP is ahead of the Congress, most likely BJP should be able to get a majority, and if that's the case, then certainly
I think we've got 2 big voices from Rajasthan. The leader of opposition Raghavendra Rathore and Mahesh Joshi minister is also there. Namaste, Jai Hind gentlemen. आप दोनों को नमस्ते. यहाँ स्टूडियो में मैं आनंद नरसिम्हन हूँ, मेरे साथ जाका जेकब और राहुल शिवशंकर हैं. राठौर जी, मैं आपसे जानना चाहता हूँ, ऐसा लग रहा है कि जनता का मैंडेट बीजेपी के पक्ष में आ रहा है, लेकिन बहुत ज्यादा ओवरवेलमिंग नहीं है. 100 के पार है, 109 पे अभी दिखा रहा है ओवरऑल एग्रीगेट.
देखिए ये आपका एक अनुमान है. हम लोगों ने राजस्थान को नापा है पिछले 6 महीनों के अंदर अलग अलग कार्यक्रमों में, चाहे वो परिवर्तन यात्रा हो, जन आक्रोश यात्रा हो, और मैं कह सकता हूं कि ये जो आपका अनुमान है इससे बेहतर कहीं भारतीय जनता पार्टी का प्रदर्शन रहेगा और भारतीय जनता पार्टी प्रचंड बहुमत से इस बार सरकार बना रही है। आपका अनुमान से परे हटकर आगे जाकर मैं कह सकता हूं।
एक बात ये कही जा रही है क्योंकि आपने मुख्यमंत्री चेहरा साफ घोषित नहीं किया, इसीलिए 2013 जैसा मैंडेट नहीं होगा आपके पास 100-150 पार, क्योंकि रानी साहिबा को आपने आगे नहीं किया, किसी को आगे नहीं किया। आप क्या कहेंगे?
देखिए, हमारे पास दुनिया के सबसे लोकप्रिय नेता का चेहरा है, इसलिए इसकी आवश्यकता नहीं। और ये कहीं पूरी कैंपेनिंग में हमें इस चीज़ की महसूस भी नहीं हुआ कि हमारा कोई चेहरा है या चेहरा नहीं है। ये महसूस हुआ कि कांग्रेस का शासन नहीं कुराज था, ये लूट और झूठ की सरकार चलती रही और इन्होंने जितनी भी योजनाएं बनाई वो आभासी योजनाएं थी। सपने जरूर बेचे इन्होंने, बनाने की कोशिश जरूर की, पर जनता ने उनको नकारा है, सिरे से नकारा है और दहशतगर्दी की जिंदगी में जीने वाले राजस्थान के लोगों ने फैसला कर डाला है।
जोशी जी, आप क्या करेंगे? 96 पे आकर रुकेंगे?
देखिए, एग्जिट पोल पहले भी गलत साबित होते आए हैं और आमतौर पर गलत साबित होते हैं। एग्जिट पोल में किसी का कुछ स्टैक दांव पे लगा नहीं होता है। एग्जिट पोल गलत हो गए तो जो एग्जिट पोल नतीजे देने वाले होते हैं एजेंसी, उनका कुछ नहीं बिगड़ता। मैं फिर अगला चुनाव कोई आता है, एग्जिट पोल फिर नए सिरे से दे देते हैं। तो कुल मिला के मैं ये कहना चाहता हूँ, जिस तरीके से पहले एग्जिट पोल नकारे गए हैं उसी तरीके से ये एग्जिट पोल नकारे जाएंगे। मैं राजेंद्र राठौड़ जी की इस बात से सहमत हूँ कि इन एग्जिट पोल पर विश्वास नहीं किया जा सकता। वो भारतीय जनता पार्टी की बात कर रहे हैं, मैं कांग्रेस की बात कर रहा हूँ। मैं कांग्रेस सरकार बनाएगी इस बात का मैं भी दावा कर रहा हूँ। और आप ये देखिए, एग्जिट पोल 3 तारीख को गलत साबित होंगे। पहले कर्नाटक में गलत साबित हुए, पहले मध्य प्रदेश में गलत साबित हुए, राजस्थान में गलत साबित हुए। तो इसी तरीके से इस बार फिर ये एग्जिट पोल
तो अगर आप कह रहे हैं कांग्रेस सरकार में आ रही है तो वो प्रो गहलोत वोट है कि एंटी मोदी वोट है?
वो कांग्रेस के कामों का वोट है, कांग्रेस सरकार के कामों का, गहलोत सरकार के कामों का वोट है, हमारी मेहनत का वोट है। कोई अकेली कोई एक पार्टी जिस परिवर्तन यात्रा की जिस जन आक्रोश यात्रा की बात राठौड़ साहब ने कही, उसमें न तो कोई जन था, न कोई आक्रोश था, न कोई परिवर्तन की लहर थी। इसलिए मैं कह सकता हूं दावे के साथ कि आप देखिएगा 3 तारीख को कांग्रेस के बारे में जो आप बढ़त की बात कर रहे हैं, कांग्रेस बढ़त लेगी, स्पष्ट बहुमत हासिल करेगी और राजस्थान में एक बार फिर से जनता की सेवा करने के लिए सरकार बनाएगी।
राठौड़ जी, आप क्या कहेंगे?
देखिए, शेख चिल्ली के सपने देखने का अधिकार तो है इनको। पिछली बार जिस प्रकार इन्होंने किसी एक नेता के दम पर अपने कैंपेन को आगे बढ़ाकर उसको पूरे 5 साल तक बेइज्जत करते गए चले गए, इस बार सबसे पहला बदला तो उसी वोटर्स ने ले डाला। गुर्जर मतदाता पोलराइज होकर भारतीय जनता पार्टी के पक्ष में खड़ा हो गया। और मैं ये कह सकता हूं कि नौजवान इस बार पलट के भारतीय जनता पार्टी के साथ खड़ा था। उसके पेपर लूटने वाले इस गिरोह के रूप में कांग्रेस को उसने आइडेंटिफाई किया। और ये जो बातें महेश जी कह रहे हैं, ये तो हाथ के कंगन को आरसी क्या, पढ़े लिखों को फारसी क्या मालूम पड़ जाएगा और ये बात सामने आ जाएगी।
जोशी जी,
मैं राजेंद्र राठौड़ जी की बात से सहमत हूं कि हाथ कंगन को आरसी क्या, पढ़े लिखे को फारसी क्या। 3 तारीख को सारी बातें सामने आ जाएंगी। जिन बातों का राजेंद्र राठौड़ जी जिक्र कर रहे हैं उसके अंदर कतई भी कोई सच्चाई नहीं है। आप बताइए, पेपर लीक ऐसा कौन सा राज्य है, ऐसी कौन से केंद्र सरकार का डिपार्टमेंट है जब पेपर लीक नहीं हुए, लेकिन कार्रवाई आज तक सिर्फ और सिर्फ राजस्थान में हुई। इसके अलावा कभी कोई कार्रवाई किसी भी राज्य में नहीं हुई, केंद्र सरकार ने कार्रवाई नहीं करी। इसलिए मैं कहना चाहता हूँ, मैं भी ये कहना चाहता हूँ कि मुंगरी लाल के जो हसीन सपने हैं
यहाँ प्रश्न ये पूछा जा रहा है कि तेलंगाना में कांग्रेस कह रही है पेपर लीक हुए इसीलिए सरकार को सबक सिखाओ।
एक नहीं,
आप कह रहे हैं राजस्थान में पेपर लीक हुए, हमने कार्रवाई की इसीलिए सरकार को वापस लाओ।
हमने कार्रवाई करी। तेलंगाना सरकार बताए उसने क्या कार्रवाई करी, कौन सा कानून बनाया, किन लोगों को सजा।
अच्छा, मैं आपसे आग्रह ये विनम्र अनुरोध करूंगा कि 3 तारीख को आप हमारे साथ वापस जुड़े, लेकिन इससे जाने से पहले मैं आप दोनों से आग्रह करूंगा, आपका नंबर क्या है? आपको क्या लगता है कांग्रेस कितने जीतेगी? महेश जी,
कांग्रेस स्पष्ट बहुमत हासिल करेगी, ये मैं कहना।
तो 100 और 110 के बीच का आंकड़ा माने?
हाँ, बिल्कुल मानिएगा और लगभग यही आंकड़ा रहेगा।
राठौड़ साहब, बीजेपी के कितने?
130 प्लस
130 प्लस
130 प्लस महेश जी यस सर।
मिलेंगे राठौड़ साहब, 3 तारीख को बात करेंगे, जरूर बात करेंगे।
चाहे जीते
जरूर,
जो भी
जरूर,
हो,
जरूर मिलेंगे।
चाहे जो भी जीते, जब मिलेंगे तब जलेबी कचौरी जरूर खाएंगे। तब तक के लिए नमस्ते, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
निश्चित तौर पर तैयार।
धन्यवाद, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
More women.
Acha, we've got to take a break, ladies and gentlemen. There's lots to talk about. The multipolar polls of Madhya Pradesh coming up because BJP has surged to 124. Yes, 124 on the polar polls. When we come back, stay with us. Conquer, disagree that this could happen on ground, that there is anti-incumbency but the BJP stands to gain but not enough to beat the Congress party in Chhattisgarh?
I think generally there is an agreement. I would agree that yes, BJP is gaining compared to 2018 assembly election. Congress will be down compared to 2018 assembly election, but at least I am not in a position to do the kind of disaggregate analysis many people are able to do, going by district based on a exit poll or an opinion poll data. I would prefer to wait for 3rd of December to come up with those detailed analysis. But yes, general agreement, BJP is on the up, Congress is down, but the gap still remains such that Congress should be able to win election in
But what are the factors at work? Let's get a sense of this. What are the factors at work in this election, Nalin?
In Chhattisgarh?
Yes.
So in Chhattisgarh, to me, I think as far as Baghel is concerned, he has delivered a welfare model for the Congress, and his personal popularity is not anti-incumbency against him personally. It's against the regime overall, which is also true for Shivraj Singh Chauhan in Madhya Pradesh.
Sorry, quick flash update. Ladies and gentlemen, are you watching the screens, the edges, the bottom? Because more pollsters are coming in, more numbers are coming in. I said there could be a change, there will be a revision in Telangana, and that revision is reflecting on the screen. The mega poll of polls, right now the poll of poll numbers on your screen, ladies and gentlemen. The Congress is slipping.